Vandiver.
I didn't want to be the...
I'm sorry. No, thank you.
Early. Hey, Pork Chop and the Chamberlain going to start inside of row number 2. Nick Robbins, they're stacked and racked, ready to drop the hammer in heat race number 1 of the night. Frank the Tank Canizero on the outside front row. Dwayne Wolf on the pole. He smashes his foot through the firewall. We're underway from the Heart of Texas Speedway.
And just like that, Zach, we're still signed. We're 3 wide through turn number 1. Zachary, look at the bottom of the racetrack.
The driver I've been talking about all year long in the H&R Supply, bootlegger, WCH Power number 11, going to tiptoe to the outside of the Heart of Texas Speedway here in the number 11 bootlegger chassis as Canizero pushed like a tank and lived up to his moniker as he holds on to 4, so we head off into 1. Wolf going to lead lap 1 to 10, but here comes 11. He says numerically 10 becomes in front of 11, Wolf says, but here comes one of the breakout driver of the year candidates on raceontexas.com up in the Arco Tex region of factory stock racing, Travis Bowden. Nick, here he comes.
Travis Bowden looking to the outside, going to take the lead. Zachary, as we complete lap number 2. Dwayne Wolf back to second spot. Third spot right now is Edger in the 52, and Pork Chop Chamberlain in the 4th spot. Joe O'Brien rounds out the top 5 in the 144.
Travis Bowden rocking and rolling around the top side of the Heart of Texas Speedway here in Waco, Texas tonight in heat race number 1 for the factory stocks. It'll be $500 to win tonight for the factory stock main event. Once again, he's in that WCH Power built by Jamie Wells underneath the hood, rocking and rolling in that bootlegger chassis built by James Griffin out of Greenwood, Louisiana. He pushed way high, wide, and handsome where Grandpa hits the good bourbon. And something just happened. The motor may have locked up for 11 because the caution's going to come out. Driver at the Lone Star Speedway in Kilgore, Texas, over the last 2 seasons with 15 victories. Chop, we're ready to throw some seasoning up here on the race lead when we drop the hammer. It'll be up to Dwayne Wolf, and we had a full moon last night, and he's looking to howl here on the restart.
Glad we got that out of the way. The green flag's back out, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, contact on the restart.
Heart of Texas Speedways. Marcus Hartgrove throws the green.
And here comes White Snake. Like I said, he gave Pork Chop a shot in the shorts. He may not like that too much. Around goes Frank the Tank at the bottom of turn number 2. Will he get the car refired? The answer appears to be no. And the caution waves.
Canzaro going to bring it to a stop at the bottom of turn number 2. Frank the Tank.
Well, you know why I call him Frank the Tank?
I don't.
And I said last weekend he's got the whole field in his live well right now. Or in his fishing tank, I don't know.
Looks like Frank going to take it back to at least the hot pit area, Zach. We've been given the 1 to go. The field's double file behind your leader, Dwayne Wolf.
Whitehead was knocking on the back door there.
Yeah. Pork Chop Chamberlain in second spot. Joe O'Brien is in third. Then it's Brandon Hood and Justin Whitehead rounding out the top 5. Your 4-time and defending Heart of Texas Speedway track champion Ryan Hopkins right now sitting in 6th, trying to pick up some spots as we go green in heat race number 1.
So the fastest car so far in this race was Travis Bowden, though. He's expired. The second quickest time in this race is 17.246 for Justin Whitehead. He is undoubtedly the fastest car on the racetrack, and he's going to try to fit it and go 3 wide as we're going to be 5 in and 5 laps to go this time off of 4. Whitehead can't find a lane. He gets the door slammed shut in front of his face by the 144 Joe O'Brien. Here comes Whitehead trying to make it 3 wide again. Nick Robbins off the exit of 2 down the back straightaway.
Trying to get down the back chute, Zach, into turn number 3. Whitehead looks to have taken over that 3rd spot. Here we go. Split in the middle. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4, Zach.
Pork Chop can't quite get underneath to reframe the number 70 to the inside of 36J. 36J meticulously going to work his way. It's interesting. His car will dig where others seem where it cannot. O'Brien, he says, oh my goodness, I'm going to go to the race lead if Dwayne will let me, but Dwayne's still going to roll the hub of the racetrack, and he's going to roll it well off of turn number 4. Sawing on the wheel, got the teeth clenched, and he is digging like Daryl. Down the front straight over door to door for the race lead. Nick, here we go. It's heating up.
Absolutely, Zach. The top side starting to go away. The bottom side coming in maybe just a little bit. You see Dwayne Wolf working the bottom through 3 and 4. Hugging the hub. We're 3 wide once again, Zach. It's this time on the top of the racetrack. Justin Whitehead riding the rim. Takes the lead out of turn number 4.
That is a power move if I've ever seen one, but I've seen him make a lot of power moves. He'll push a little bit slightly there off the exit of turn number 2 that last lap. Chillbuck standing up on Nick Robbins' arms with a 17.063 that last time by for Justin Aubrey with the white flag waving in front of his face. Whitehead, the assassin. I play it. Might as well throw the White Snake on right now because here he goes again on his own, going down the only road he's ever known like a drifter. He was born to win alone. Off of turns number 3 and rolling through the center point and off of 4, the driver of the Spencer & Son Timber 36J Outlaw chassis, Justin Aubrey Whitehead, your winner from Hooks, Texas of heat race number 1 in commanding fashion with a foot of the needle pass.
Second spot, going to go to the 68 of Brandon Hood. Third spot was the 504 machine. Then it was your pole sitter, Dwayne Wolf, in 4th. And rounding out the top 5, I do believe, Zach, it was the 144 of Joe O'Brien.
And let me say Chase Neal, who has victories all over the Dallas area. Outside will be the 15 of Aaron Allen. Inside of row number 3 will be Jamie Herring in 222. Outside is Royce Jones of the Michael Lisa Jones Motorsports 07 out of Troop. Chris Kuhn at Triple C. That does not stand for Caddo Correctional Center. For you folks watching back in Caddo Parish. Outside is Michael Hill looking to give the field his last name. And in the fifth and final row, Brandon Taylor and 88 and Melvin Kemp Jr. The lights are out. We throw the green. We're clean. Off the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway. It's going to be TJ Evans, who got a win on night number 2 at Timberline Speedway in Crowley, Texas this season as they roll door to door. They're 2 by nearly 2 off the exit of turn number 4 down the front boulevard. Nick Robbins into 1. Pressure for the race lead. A Nova. How about that to the inside of TJ Evans?
Absolutely, brother. Look at Chase Neal working the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 2. It's a drag race down the back chute into 3.
Chase Neal just drove over the hood of TJ Evans, and I tell you what, TJ Evans isn't quite the guy that you want to exchange fenders with, because he exchanges fists for pleasure.
Well, the yellow obviously going to come out, Zach. This could get hairy real quick. Neal just threw it in deep in turn number 3. The car did not stick.
And 137 since 2012, but he's over 200 now.
That's insane. We've got 2 laps out of 10 in the books, ladies and gentlemen, and the 07 of Royce Jones is going to lead us to the green, this time out of turn number 4 or into turn number 3. Really, it's wherever Royce decides to step on the pedal on the right. Looks like we're going to pick it up about 3.5, and the green's out. Zach, we're underway.
And Alan Lindo going to get them all crossed up down the front.
Look at everybody scatter. Oh!
And they should have scattered, because Michael Hale just gave the rest of the field a little bit of his last name. Although his last name is spelled Hail.
We gonna keep it rolling, Zachary. We're still green, and it's still Royce out front, Herring in second.
Brad Hockaday's in the house, Professional Motorsport Solutions. We try to keep the show strolling and rolling. Down the back straightaway, you can throw a quilt right now. Here comes 54, throwing his hat into the ring. It's heating up. Oh, and he makes contact there with Brandon Taylor to the 88. All kinds of crossed up. They're still together. Brandon Taylor doesn't like it too much. He's still on the throttle. He lets 54 know it.
That is Melvin Kim
never
Jr.
Stopped.
Melvin Kim Jr. driving the 54 machine. Getting into the rear of the 88 of Brandon Taylor there, and Taylor probably not that happy right now.
And Chase Neal just lost the car. We're still green. I mean, look, we're still green flag racing right now. Royce Jones being pressured by Herring into turn number 1. We are still green flag racing here at the Heart of Texas Speedway in this heat, and it's been wild. Like, let's be honest.
We're halfway into it. Going to be 6 complete right here at the line, and Royce Jones still out front under heavy pressure from the Jet. Jamie Herring in the Triple Deuce.
Well, the Jet is all over the Troop Texan, and he'll drop it to the inside of him. He'll try, but the teammate, the pork chop, Kenneth Chamberlain. The driver of the 07, Michael and Lisa Jones Motorsports Panel Trust, Soapy King 07 rolls off of turn number 4, representing Troop Texas tonight, leads at the flag stand.
I tell you what, Zach, that is some car control right there, and there is no more beautiful sight, I think, than just cars drifting it on dirt right now. We got a great battle up front. Royce Jones still with the top spot, going to be 2 to go this time by. Jamie Herring looks to the inside. Not going to be enough coming out of 4.
But right now, Royce Jones still has the quickest lap in this particular race. Actually, Chase Neal with a 17.169, Melvin Kip Jr. But Royce Jones with a 17.614, and Jamie Herring with a 17.690, who rides second. He'll try to the inside of the final lap, or with 1 to go here, coming to the flag stand, Nick, one more trip.
Zach, I think that might have been too much too soon from the Jet. He's right back up on the rear bumper of Jones again, but still a bobble through turn number 2. Jones got the lead down the back chute into 3. Zach, take us home.
A .277 advantage last time by at the stripe. Jones going to drift it off the top side of the exit of turn number 4. And we'll get a face full of checkered flag into the Michael and Lisa Jones Motorsports Panel Trust Soapy King 07. The Troop Texan Royce Jones takes the dub over Jamie Herring in triple 2.
Jeffrey Abley. Looks like we're missing 2 cars. We've got 8 out of the scheduled 10.
Jeffrey Abbey's behind the wheel of that car tonight. I talked to him in pre-race. He'll be doing double duty.
That's a typo on the lineup here. It's not Abley. I should have known that.
Well, it's okay.
Sorry, bud. Jeff. Sorry, Jeffrey. My bad, buddy. Green flag wave, Zach.
Head them off into 1. Should be fun. The Canet Solutions number C3 as they go 3 and nearly 4 different lanes wide off the exit of turn number 2 down the max straightaway. It's going to be Dawson with the race lead. And here comes the slide job in the 3 and 4. He won't clear him, and he'll tap the left rear or the right rear quarter of the 12 star. They'll stay up front. Been a lot of early mayhem in these races.
That was the 1X of Chad Cox. Look at the smoke pouring out of the back of that machine, Zach. That is not good for Chad. That is definite oil there coming out of the rear into the 1X machine as Chad makes a hard right turn on the speedway. Yeah. Who's up front, Zach?
3 wide off the exit of quarter number 4. Here comes the Belton, Texas race under the Outlaw chassis. Best engine power number 721 of the former Dustin Duncan Memorial champion. Won $5,000 in that event. several years ago at the Rose Bowl Speedway. That'll be Jason Gore. Jason Gore. And no relation to Al Gore. Rolls off the exit of corner number 4 in 721. He's got it rolling, and he's got it rolling well with the 818 out front, and he's bossy.
Leading this thing right now, the 818, Mr. Stephenville starter himself, Dennis Bissonette, showing the way in the 818 machine around the bottom of turns 3 and 4. The car slides up nicely, shuts the door, but here comes the 21 machine with a crossover move. Zach underneath to take the lead at the line.
These guys have done some battle over the years, door to door. Jason Gore getting into this factory stock class and always shows up when the big money's on the line or with prestige. And so with this time by, it'll be 50% complete with 50% more to go. This 10 lap affair. Off of 4 though, we got one rolling to the top side of the speedway in 84. He's rolling quick and fast in a hurry to the top spot.
That is Mr. Jeffrey Abbey in the 84 machine. In third right now, looking underneath Gore for that second spot. Gore slides high into 3 and 4. Zach, it's 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. Bissonette making the bottom work. Where's the dig? Out of 4 though, Dennis. Oh, it's Gore at the line one more time, Zach.
Still wheel to wheel. Gore goes way up top, but Grandpa keeps the good bourbon off the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway, he'll take over the race lead. Into turn number 3, Dennis Bissonette with wins this season over at 281 Speedway. Presented by CNS Promotions. Joe Spillman doing a fine job over there this season as well. Down the front boulevard, Bissonette will continue to hug the hub as the Belton Texan Jason Gore up front leading the way in that purple rimmed, green lettered 721 car. And I like the purple rims because, hey, let's face it, I love the LSU Tigers. Off for 4, let's go.
Going to be 2 to go this time at the line, Zach, and you see Bissonette trying to make the bottom work. He's driving the car in deep on the entrances, and it just doesn't want to stick to the bottom. Abbey has found something about the middle of the racetrack, but Gore's got the top side figured out of turn number 4. Going to be the white flag in the air. Zach, bring us home.
Final trip around the speed plant for the Belton Texan, barring a failure. Into 1. He'll slam it to the center point of the Heart of Texas Speedway, go high side hustling, and hammer the throttle down the back straightaway, hits the midpoint of the max chute into 3 for the final time. Rolling through 3 and off of turn number 4. Once again, race fans out of Belton, Texas, driving the best Virginia-powered Outlaw chassis 721. It'll go to Jason Gore. And second, go to Bissonette in 818. And third, we'll go to Jeffrey Abbey all the way from the tail. Remember, folks, the name of the game is passing point system being implemented. Abbey got himself a basket full of them on that one. He ought to be number 3, the 2013 Arthur-Tech Speedway Factory Stock Track Champion in the Mod Mafia Best Engine-Powered Outlaw Chassis number 85. It's JT James Thompson. Outside of Thompson, it'll be Terry Dumas in 55D. Inside of row number 4 to the 04C at Cameron Cook. Outside, it'll be James Holder in 21. Inside of row number 5, it'll be Jeffrey Blackwood, Leroy Bernard. And 2 by 2, we set the pace. Green flags out. Hammering down the throttle down the front boulevard. Sean Graham going to take over the race lead. The Shreveport native making his first ever start here at the Heart of Texas Speedway. Hammers the throttle down the back straightaway. Nick with the race lead.
Look at the jump off the outside that Sean picks up as the green flag drops. He's already about 3 car lengths ahead of the field. Look at Anthony Simsick making the top side work. He takes second down the front stretch. Your pole setter, Scotty Thrifty Nichols, going backwards in a hurry on the bottom of the racetrack now in the 85 machine. That's JT James Thompson. Zach, I think we're setting up for 3 wide going into turn number 3, brother.
Yeah, Holt wasn't quite able to even the way with those guys and fit it back to that outside, but James Thompson, who is looking for his first win here this season, they're door for the race lead. 44 to the inside of Triple X Rocket. Sean Graham with a little bit of a bobble there. He's never raced here before. They're down the back straightaway. You can throw a quilt over the rest of the field, but they're still door for the race lead. Going to go wheel to wheel. They're tight on the top string on the Texas fiddle, and Sean Graham's going to roll like a yo-yo with no string on the outside and regain the top spot into 1.
Side by side at the turn number 1 once again. Zach, look at the bottom of the racetrack. Simsick now to the race lead as Sean Graham has trouble off the top side of turn number 2. Graham now going to try the crossover move. Zach trying to get the Triple X down to the bottom of the racetrack. Doesn't look like the car's happy down there, Zach.
He may have a tire going down. Something, I don't know. The car just kind of snatched out from it. He looks like a right rear. Looks like Graham may have a right rear going down.
It's rolling over quite a bit on the right side of the car as Simsick just laying the keys on the front desk and checking out, brother. You got about a 4 car length advantage going into turn number 3, Zach. We're halfway home. 5 down, 5 more times around.
Graham's got trouble with the handling. The right rear, something's not right on that car, the handling, but here comes Thompson. JT going to put the Mod Mafia Outlaw House car to the inside. Now a trouble. Sean Graham down the back straightaway to go to the inside. Here comes the 85. JT trying to rise to the occasion. They make some contact there to the center point of 3 and 4, and around goes a few of them. They stay on the gas as they know the name of the game is one spin rule. You're done. You're one and done.
That was the 21 of James Holder making contact there with the 04C of Cameron Cook. And it is going to bring a red-yellow condition, the no-go logo. go, as we call it here at Heart of Texas Speedway.
As he's had in the Arklatex area, but first time ever here with the Heart of Texas Speedway. I was interested to see how he'd perform here tonight. Another guy who's never raced here before, the 31 and the 85, who ride right there in the top 5 respectively. Some Arklatex area veteran racers, Justin Holt and the 85 of James Thompson, the teammate and the guy who supplies a lot of the bills for Justin Whitehead, if you will.
Thrifty Nichols sitting in 5th right now, Zach, as the green flag comes back out for heat race number
Sean.
4.
Look out, Sean just hurt James on that restart. Sean drifted up the track. That cost the 85 of JT. And here comes Holt. He'll slide up in second. And some contact. Sean Graham there went the trouble. The bad luck biscuit strikes for the Triple X Rocket.
Yep.
The driver who lives up to the moniker Trouble has trouble of his own.
Just not working out for Sean Graham right now, as Simsic's got about another 4 or 5 car length advantage, Zach.
And Anthony is putting an absolute woodshed tail whipping on his competition right now as he rolls off the exit of corner number 4 in 44. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. 2 more trips around the Heart of Texas Speedway as Simsic separated himself from the 44 over the 31 of Holt. JT trying to fight his way back into the show here, Nick, down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I think that altercation there with Graham on the restart has given Thrifty Nichols some trouble there with the 85 machine as the white flag comes out. Simsic with a straightaway advantage over Justin Holt in 2nd spot.
Interestingly enough, Justin Holt has the 6th quickest time in this race, but he occupies the 2nd position. So not necessarily, it's not ever the name of the game. Lap times are never the name of the game. They always translate the wins, as Anthony Simsic does cross the stripe and takes the checkered flag in this one over Justin Holt in 31. Leroy Bernard in 26 will grab 3rd. JT James Thompson rebounds to grab a 4th place finish. Terry Dumas in 55D will grab the 5th spot.
And Marvelous Michael Gannett scheduled to make the start in the 25 machine. Don't see him out there, but I do see the 15 of Trey Votal. Once again, 8 of the 10 scheduled to make it are out here on the racetrack.
Just want to give a shout out to Bobby Benoit. Bobby's Kool-Aid. You'll see a driver here tonight who has a hashtag.
I saw
Bobby's
that, yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Bobby's Kool-Aid. Yeah, it's on important the sport of dirt track racing action, man. Hope you enjoy it sitting on the couch.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much for tuning in, Bobby. We definitely appreciate that. We appreciate the support of both the broadcast and what Zach and I absolutely love to do. One of the best in the business, and it's a pleasure to get to work with him. Every time I get a chance to, I jump at it. We're getting ready to go green here in heat race number 5. Zachary, let's take it out.
Well, give me a chance to say vice versa, Nick. You are one of the best as well. I won't blow too much smoke up your rear end, though. No.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, Kelly Lockie has the race lead. He'll ride down the back straightaway. We'll see him doing double duty here this weekend as he'll ride with the race lead to the center point of 3 and roll off the exit of corner number 4 with the race lead of the Copeland Motorsports number 8. Well, can't call it the Copeland Motorsports car anymore because he bought it from Randy Copeland. But we've seen Denny Gabar win opening night in 2017 in that machine over at Lone Star Speedway. And Heisenberg trying to go 3 wide off the exit. He gets the door slammed shut on him down the back straightaway.
Ryan Powers in 2nd spot. Zach Heisenberg nearly trying that 3 wide thing again. We've got one around the bottom of turn number 3. That's the double deuce of Mr. Jerry Cowart taking the scenic route through the infield at turn 3 and 4.
And Hamilton's going to take his Outlaw Racing chassis up to the 2nd spot. He said, who? Flying Ryan? Well, I'm Heisenberg. And he'll take sole command on the 2nd spot off of 4 down the front boulevard. The driver of the 1W, who is undoubtedly one of the best drivers in the factory stock division in the East Texas to Mid-South area. He came in, won the Race of Champions with 19 victories back in 2015. As he'll roll off the exit of corner number 4 all over the tail tank. Right now, you know he's got to undoubtedly have the quickest lap in this race, and he does with a 17.433.
I tell you what, Zach, we got a great race starting to shape up. Oh, and just as I say that, flying Ryan Powers.
Slide job into 1 and 2 for the race lead. And down the back straightaway, Kelly Lockie's up to the challenge. He'll try to go back in. One slider deserves another. He won't be able to complete the task. Off of 4, still out front with the race lead is the 1 dub. It's Walter Hamilton.
Just crossing the halfway point, folks. 5 down, 5 more times around the Heart of Texas Speedway. It is Walter Hamilton still out front. Kelly Lockie in 2nd spot. Tim Homeyer 3rd. Rick Morosky in 4th. And Trey Votal rounds out the top 5.
Good job sending him to promoter school. The 89 looping it down there to the bottom of turn number 4. He'll get a certificate. We'll send him straight to promoter school. Off the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway. The driver of the 1W, Walter Hamilton, out front with the race lead. The route to the center point of 3 and off of turn number 4. This time by, it will be 3 laps to go with 7 scored.
The track's starting to slow up a little bit, Zach, but look at how nice and smooth and slick we are around the top side of Heart O Texas Speedway. This is what I like to see when I'm here at Waco. It makes for some of the best racing you'll see anywhere at any track. I absolutely love it as we've got 2 to go. In factory stock heat race number 5, it's still Heisenberg. Walter Hamilton out front in the 1W machine. Kelly Lockey still in second spot. Zach about 3 car lengths back, and then it's another 4 car lengths back to Tim Homeyer in third.
Yeah, right now, Rick Mavosky, that last lap of that race, turned his quickest lap of that race. Lockey had held on to that. But final time, it doesn't look like he'll be able to make up the ground right now. The top 3 are all separated by about the same distance on the speed plan. Rolling off the 4 with a face full of checker flying, getting ready to receive it. It's the 1W. I call him Heisenberg. Walter Hamilton in 1W takes the dub over the second place driver from Tyler, Texas in the 8th. The reigning $2,500 winner of the Longhorn Classic at Timberlawn Speedway, Kelly Lockey. And third, number 3 to be Jeff Sontag in 73. Sontag always fun to watch. The Argyle Texan driving the Redbone Bodies BMF chassis number 7 from Argyle, Texas. That'll be Ricky Sessions. Justin McNeil from Denton in 189. Outside is Tommy Williams Jr. at 151. Jonathan Grovey in 1. And the 45K should be Ray Kemp Jr. from Waco.
Absolutely is Ray Kemp Jr. from Waco. We've taken the green flag, ladies and gentlemen, and we are underway. And I tell you what, Hanson got a heck of a battle right now going on with Bo Day for that top spotter. Is that Bo? That's not Bo. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Bo, got a 4 across the number underneath it. Absolutely. Bo Day out front right now. Hanson in second spot. A good 3 wide through turn number 2, Zach.
Yeah, and he had to split the gap there. Threw a little bit of a Rocky Balboa elbow there in the 3 and 4. Or was it a Triple H hammer? Off a turn.
Oh, no! Sessions is around after just picking up like 4 spots. Ricky Sessions going to give them all back. We stay green. Sessions going to fire it back up.
And he says, in order to continue with this session, I have to keep going because if not, I got to go to the Heartbreak Hotel.
That's right.
He's already sitting on his way to Elvis Presley Boulevard, but he may get that caution. You never know. Sometimes you'll get that caution, and it'll pay dividends because you get to go back to your last completed lap spot, but it's not going to happen for the driver of 7.
It's still Bo Day out front, ladies and gentlemen, in the 4 machine. Hanson in second spot. Third spot belongs to Jeff Sontag in the 73 machine.
Right now, Lance Hanson, that last lap, his quickest lap of this race of the 17.637, as the differential out front, 0.154, as we got all kind of trouble there off the exit too. But
yeah, Ray Kim Jr. just slung it into turn number 1, tried to use up the 33 of Dylan Moss. It didn't work out for either driver as we cross the halfway mark. Zach, 5 down, 5 to go.
Hanson lost a lot that last lap. He's now 1.1 second out of the race lead. And the 5H Dirt Defender entry off of 4. This time by it'll be 6 laps complete, 4 laps to go. And heat race number 6 of the night for the factory stocks.
It's really impressive watching Bo Day get the number 4 machine into the corners. The entry is nearly straight. The car brakes well, rotates beautifully, and then it's back on the throttle almost immediately, and Day is just gone.
It's a good day to be a Day. As he heads off into 1. Bo Day, who has the same roots and lessons learned from his father, Jimmy Day, who used to race along the doors of the likes of Wes Grigsby. Derek Grigsby's father, the old Blue Hill Speedway. Ice in his veins tonight as he heads off into turn number 1 with the race lead.
The Day family, a great family of racers out of the Greenville, Texas area. Jeff Day Sr., Jr., and Michael Day all drive sprint cars around the area. All of them really, really capable behind the wheel. And Bo Day putting on a show here in the 4 machine.
Yeah, Texas size woodshed tail whipping here into turns number 1. Like I said earlier, one driver, he's rolled on the top side like a yo-yo with no string, and he is going to roll into turn number 3 into the exit of corner number 4 for the final time to the checkered flag with a checkered on his face. This time, your winner going to go to Bo Day from Caddo Mills, Texas, over the Dirt Defender sponsor 5H of Lance Hanson. Third will go to Jeff Sontag in 73.
Race number 1, so Jack Barfield Jr. going to slide inside that front row. Kyle Bridges to the outside, Tyler Honeywell on the inside of row number 2. Then it's going to be Craig Oakes, Kevin Manning, Dustin Chambers, Joe Adams, and Rob Bland alongside Greg Moran, Green flags out. We're underway with heat race number 1 for the limited modifieds. And Honeywell locking up the brakes. Craig Oakes goes around It is mayhem already. Everyone stays moving. We will stay green except for the 26 of Devin Chambers. Devin gets it moving once again. Finally, we're going to stay clean and stay green. Jack Barfield Jr. leads lap number 1. Tyler Honeywell up to second spot with the bobble from the 7K of Kyle Bridges. Zach?
As they roll off of turn number 4, here comes Honeywell. He smells the bees in the trees. He heads off into turn number 1. Honeywell in the 58 going to roll the low side of the racetrack, that Western Flyer chassis. The Antlers Oklahoma hot shoe down the max straightaway. Look at a hut down. Jack Barfield out front with the race lead.
3 laps in the books right now as we cross the line. It's still Barfield out front. Honeywell in second. Third spot is under contention now. Give the spot to Manning at the moment, but Bridges battling back on the bottom of the 7K.
And a good opportunity right now to talk about, Barfield, Brad Dixon, those guys teaming up again with RaceOnTexas.com. The next live broadcast, October 7th and 8th. Look forward to it. The biggest race in Texas, $25,000 to win. The 3rd annual.
4th, I think.
Yeah, the 4th annual. Enduro.
Lone Star 600 at Devil's Bowl Speedway, October 6th and 7th, absolutely. And Jack Barfield Sr., Brad Dixon teaming up with Race on Texas to put that together. But right now, Jack Barfield Jr. showing the way here in heat race number 1, Zach.
My brain took a freeze there for a moment, forgot the name of that race. As right now, your top 3 cars separated by about the same distance as we have major contact to the center point of 3 and 4, but they stay strolling and rolling. No harm. Well, there is a little bit of harm, but there's no foul. As we'll roll down the front or down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Lap traffic up ahead is right now the 3rd place car rolling to the back tail feather of your 2nd place competitor out of Antlers, Oklahoma, Tyler Honeywell.
I tell you what, the top side still seems to be the dominant way around the racetrack right now. You've got the 8X of Kevin Manning trying to make the bottom work in 1 and 2, trying to slide up and take that 2nd spot. Look at Honeywell now to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to take over the lead at turn number 4 as we come to 2 to go.
I believe that top side is just a little bit much right now, is it? But this is the fly in the ointment. Wow, that was close. As here comes Manning trying to be the fly in the ointment here as the Oklahoma hot shoe drives it back deep to the bottom side of the Heart O Texas Speedway, and he'll hammer the throttle off a turn before, but he's about to get it coming to the outside. The driver in the 8 of Manning trying to look like Peyton or Eli. He'll hammer it to the outside of the racetrack, off a 2 down the back straightaway. Well, with those same clutch jeans anyway. 4 Super Bowl championships between the two, but off of 4, checker flag waving Nick Robbins.
Jack Barfield Jr. with the win. Brother Tyler Honeywell going to come across the line in 2nd. It will be Kevin Manning in 3rd. Rob Bland will be 4th, and rounding out the top 5 will be the 17K of Greg Moran. What did lap times look like in that heat race, man?
With 2 wins there this year, the Spears only gas Rolls Luminato IRP, PTS Power 22 Mac from Marshall and Dylan Spear. The Marshall Missile, Derek Grigsby, and the RaceOnTexas.com, JCT Auto Sales, Rhino Racing Rear Ends, Marshall Luminato, number 69 IRP chassis. He'll be fun to watch in this one is Darren Blake. And the 22 Mag just got crossed up down the front straightaway and right in front of Grigsby, and everybody looking like to stack them up. Lost the handle there and stacked them up. Had nowhere to go, a victim of circumstance. Also the 22 Max. So the drivers right now, 1 and 2 in Boot Hill's points, expired from this race early. Danny Hebert in the 182. Wayne Melton, keep your eyes on the Greenville Texan. Lights are out. We're back underway.
Green flag's back out for heat race number 2. Sid the Kid Kiffin on the bottom of the racetrack. In turn number 1, your leader gets crossed up. We're still green, folks, as Kippen leads the field into turn number 3. The 2nd spot right now belongs to 66X of Greg Frazier. 3rd spot is the 41. 41D of Darren Blake. Right now, your top 3. And the kid out of Gatesville, Texas, Sid Kippen in the 58 machine, leading the way right here. Regular competitor here at Heart O Texas Speedway. One of the best ever set foot in a limited modified or Southern Sport mod, or we're going to use that term interchangeably, I think, here, Zach.
Yeah, Sid Kippen won one of those several events that I made down at the Clean Oval, the Texas Thunder Speedway before. Unfortunately, that track expired its existence. As he rolls, lap traffic will be a victim here. And will they be able to dispose of him? He'll slam it into turn number 3 and throw the slider on lap traffic. No harm there through 3 and off of turn number 4 with the race lead still out front. Sid the Kid putting his tail whipping on his competition into this one. It'll be Greg Frazier riding in 2nd, driving the Chicken Express, Bono Motorsports number 66.
The kid set a torrid pace right now, Zach. A best lap time right now of 16.414 seconds for Sid Kippen. Second best time on the track right now from Greg Frazier, a 16.767. So nearly almost 4/10 really, second difference between your top two cars right now.
Yeah, Sid actually turned an even faster lap that last time by, as he is separating himself over the competition right now. This racetrack is going to definitely get better throughout the night's program. They'll start to throw this moisture from the bottom and throw some crumbs up into that middle and make the middle racier and more grippy. And that top side will stay about even, and it'll be very fun.
You can watch Sid right now, I think the first heat race leader that is dominating on the bottom side of the racetrack. The top might not necessarily be going away, but I also think that this is lap time at the racetrack. Sid, in this race, probably got more laps than all these other guys put together at this racetrack. Yeah. He knows it like the back of his hand. He knows how to set up the race car for whatever this track is going to throw at him, and he just knows where to put it. And showing it right now around the bottom side of 3 and 4.
One thing about the embankment of this track is you really have to carry a lot of momentum around the hub of the track. You've got to be really hooked up to dispose and pass the leader. But that's what you like about the embankment of this track. Sprint cars are very exciting here because there's a lot of slide jobs. But I guarantee you folks, you'll see more sliders than White Castle by the weekend's end.
Absolutely. The white flag for the lap cars and checkered flag going to come out. And Zach Sid Kippen going to take the win. Second spot going to be the 66X of Greg Frazier. Third spot going to be the 41D of Darren Blake. And I do believe fourth spot going to go to the 182 of Denny Herbert. Heat race number 3 set to go for the limited modifieds. Ladies and gentlemen, rolling around the racetrack right now. Zach gave you the lineup a moment ago. Front row is Brandon Kinney and Matt Dosher in the 3 car, getting ready to take the green flag this time out of turn number 4. 10 laps of distance, 10 cars of field, green flag waves, and we're underway.
Down the front boulevard, it'll be the Woodward, Oklahoma hot shoot. Brandon Kinney, who's going to drift up to the outside of the Heart of Texas Speedway, smash a lap out over. Here comes Matt Goswick. Is that Goswick in 121? Sorry.
We've got one around in turn number 3. It is the 28J of Justin Neighbors. Justin gets it pointed back in the right direction. We stay green. Kinney still out front in the 21B. The second spot belongs to Joel Garcia in the 23.
I said the same thing earlier. I thought it was Goswick and Hot Laps, and I made the same mistake. As Kinney rises Ramirez Motorsports chassis, CBR Racing shocks, boom test wheel service, Ramirez Motorsports number 21B off the exit of 2, the Woodward, Oklahoma hot shoe. Like I said, had a stellar performance in the last couple Humboldt, Kansas Beavon National events up at the Humboldt Speedway. Off the exit of 4 down the front boulevard, we're about to have all kinds of battles for the second bridesmaid spot.
Good battle shaping up there, Zach. Sorry about that, brother. You got Dosher on the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 2, digging like Daryl off the bottom of the racetrack, man. Look at this, side by side into 3.
He's going to knock him on the inside like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth. Hello, will you let me in? And he says, nope, I won't. I really won't quite let you, but go ahead and I'll go by to the inside. They're going to fight back to the outside. It's going to become a 3 different lane battle. Is that the young lady?
That is the 21T on the bottom of the young lady Taylor Florio out of Copperas Cove, Texas. 3 wins on the season so far as we cross halfway. Zach, 5 down, 5 to go.
She's undoubtedly impressive right now. She's going to run with these 3 hounds, or 2 hounds right here. Lane Dosher is no stranger to victory lane, and she's going to look to dispose of Garcia down the back straightaway, door to door, wheel to wheel in the turn number 3. Taylor Florio, the young lady, I believe only 18 years old, off the exit of corner number 4 down the front boulevard. She's going to try for the bridesmaids in this one. The young lady, ice in her veins tonight. It doesn't matter. Male, female, she's got it. Down the back straightaway, she'll take over the 3rd spot, solely in her hands now, but fighting back to the outside is Garcia, Nick Robbins through 3, and off of 4, they're still door to door.
Absolutely, side by side through 3 and 4, still Florio on the bottom of the track with the spot at the stripe, but Garcia doggedly sticking to the high side of the racetrack as Dosher makes a mistake. Look at Florio on the bottom, Zach.
Florio going to go to the inside for 2nd. He'll slam the door shut. They'll try to go 3 different lanes wide here for the 2nd spot, and they will nearly off of 4. He had to slam the door shut down the straightaway. The 3 had to slam the door shut into turn number 1. Florio has 2nd, but way out front with a comfortable command in this one. He'll receive the white flag in front of his face this time by for Woodward, Oklahoma's Brandon Kinney.
My goosebumps are back after that move off the bottom of the racetrack. The young lady Taylor Florio taking the 2nd spot. She's about a straightaway behind, but I tell you what, man.
It says Chris is actually driving the 21 in this one. I'm not sure.
That is definitely Taylor's car.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The checkered flag comes out and away for Brandon Kinney. Taylor should be. That is Taylor's car, definitely. The 21T taking 2nd spot. Matt Dozier in 3rd, and Joe Garcia coming across across the line in fourth.
I'll have to get a double check on that. Maybe something happened. And I saw
5R Ronnie Bell to the outside in the Jeff Hunter Toyota sponsored number 95. Second row on the inside is going to be the 021, should be, of Jason Gore alongside the 4X of Wally Beatty. 31S Cody Smith, the 103 JC Howell, Chase Vineyard in the 6 machine, Justin White the 123, the Big Nasty Chris Cockburn in the 601, and Brian Short in the 2.
The jar to keep your eyes on this was the Kaufman Texan and the Maybank Texan. It'll be JC Howell in that lime green lettered white 103 as they go door over the race lead, and that yellow Martin Marine number 31 Vato Pancho Villa chassis as they head off into 1. The IRP chassis number 25 going to bow here for the race lead for the 50.
The 55R of Rusty Head getting crossways there out of turn number 2, loses 1, 2, nearly 3 spots. Your leader right now is gonna be the number 25C Machine.
Jason Gore in the 25C IRP chassis tonight. Down the back straight, they're going to go door to door, but I told you before this race started to keep your eyes on that Martin Marine Vato chassis number 31. The Kaufman Texan looking to rise to the occasion here as they go door to door for the race lead, wheel to wheel off the exit of corner number 4 down LaFront Boulevard.
You were right, Zach. The 31S Cody Smith putting on a show on the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 2. That car's got some dig up off the bottom. Not enough to take the top spot. A good battle for second as well between Rusty Head and JC Howell. Howell to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 4.
So interestingly enough that Brandon Kinney just won that last heat race. He finished third in this year's Humboldt B-Mod Nationals as the Maybank Texan, the former Sport Mod winner of the Duel in the Desert at Las Vegas Motor Speedway dirt track. JC Howell around, and doesn't look like he'll be able to get out of harm's way, in the caution flag will wave and we'll hop the field. If you are watching, you can tweet us at Race On Texas. You can send Nick or I personally. You can find me on Zach Clark on Facebook, Nick Robbins on Facebook.
Yep.
You can send us a message. We'd be happy to give you a shout out if you'd like one. Hey, we don't mind doing that. We certainly appreciate all you folks who are tuning in and watching us live here from the Heart of Texas Speedway as we get ready to rock and roll.
4 laps complete, ladies and gentlemen. 6 laps to go in limited modified heat race number 4. Green flag's back out. We're back underway. 4 of 16 taking the green flag.
I just have a feeling, Nick, that the 31's going to find a way to get around Jason Gore, but I'm not sure.
Zach, all it's going to take is Gore making one mistake on the top of the racetrack, and Smith is going to find the way around on the bottom. The 31S is digging off the bottom of this racetrack. There's still moisture there as Smith drives it in deep into turn number 1. Side by side into turn number 2, Zach down the back chute.
The kid Sid Kiffin showed that there's some moisture down at the bottom. He'll stalk his tire tracks to the center point through 3 to the top side off of turn number 4. Watch the 31 dive it back to the bottom, though. He says, I like the bottom side. Watch it. Here he comes. He'll slam it back to the bottom of the inside of the 25 and give him some pressure. That's what he wants to do. He wants to show him some pressure and rattle his cage like Dale Earnhardt did Terry Labonte back in Bristol in 1996. A little bit different here at the dirt track of the Heart of Texas Speedway tonight as we're a long ways from Bristol, Tennessee, but off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, the 25R still with the race lead.
And you know, Zach, that Gore sees him there. Right there. Gore's like, crap. Side by side with Cody Smith. He's right there underneath me. The 31S is fast. What's neat is their nose to tail, top side in 3 and 4. Watch Smith one more time. Throws it down to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Trying to get a good run off the bottom. Gore maybe bobbling a little bit. It's not enough, though. Smith has to slide all the way back up the banking, and it really kills the momentum off the exit, Zach, as we come to 1 to go.
You said it a couple laps ago, though. The name of the game in this race is going to be a little bit of a slip-up. Unless he can power it into 1 and 2 here for the final time, and even the way down the back straight over that outside line, holding too much momentum and too much of an advantage right now as he hammers the throttle underneath the hood of that IRP Racing chassis. He'll try it again, but the Martin Marine 31 is going to come up short for the Kaufman Texan. Cody Smith, your winner in 25, will go to the Belton Texan. Jason Gore, who sweeps both of his races tonight as they're door-to-door. Coming to the strike for third. The 55R Rusty Head going to get that spot.
Eric Luttrell on the inside, and Trevor Foley to the outside in the 4F. Row number 3 going to be the 42W of J.R. Watts and the 47 of Justin Hostler. Row number 4 on the inside, the 420, is Eric Sigleski. Shashelski. Sorry, Eric. Josh Shorten, a J2, Rookie Smith in the 21S, and Robert Scribner in the 537, and it is mayhem.
Gracious. I mean, it was mayhem at the tail, and we have all kinds of hell breaking loose up front. They're 3 wide into turn number 3. They're going to go door to door. They're going to go 3 different lanes wide to the center point of 3 and off of 4. We still got all kinds of mayhem going on. It's like the middle of the streets of Tombstone right now. Down the front straightaway into 1. They're going to go door to door for the race lead. Off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway. 11 going to hold on the top spot of Eric Luttrell. Eric Shashelski rides second. Nope, he'll get disposed of down the back straightaway by the 42 dub of J.R. Watts. Latrell going to lead across the stripe once again.
It's still Latrell out front.
Brian Flowers second.
Oh!
Sorry. Krzyzewski nearly got railroaded there as the caution comes out. That's a good thing. Held here. Oh, goodness. Why do I even say silly things like that? But it's not going to happen.
Here's what's crazy right now is Robert Scribner driving the 537. He's driving Jeffrey Abbey's other car. He's come from the back to fifth already, Zach, in 2 laps as we go back green.
He's driving one of those Vertibuilt bodies by himself, Express chassis. As he'll hammer the outside of the Heart of Texas Speedway in the 1. That young man has had a good year.
Stepped up into a modified.
Yep, 2 wins here this year in the modified.
Absolutely. Robert Scribner with a banner year here at Heart of Texas Speedway. 3 laps in the book. It's still Latrell out front.
He's in that Tumbleweed Barbecue, Dynamic Driveline, Switzerland Racing Products, 517 Designs, Don Woody Race Cars, Vertibuilt Bodies, KS Engineering, Powered Express has your top 3. You can throw a quilt over them, then we're going to get caution for debris again unless it goes over the top of the hump. It looks like it did. You can see the flagman wave it bye-bye. As here comes Krzyzewski, and here comes Scribner. Scribner with 16 wins 2 years ago. He'll hammer the thing outside down the back straight over the Heart of Texas Speedway. He's heating up on the outside NBA Jam style off of turn number 4. Here we rode Nick Robbins.
Coming halfway, Zach. 5 down, 5 to go. The battle is side by side for the lead. Latrell to the bottom. Scribner to the top side in turn number 1. Not going to be enough, but look at the run off the outside for Scribner.
Eric better start firing bullets like Marcus Latrell, because here we come off of turn number 4 to the outside in the 37. The teammate with Abby this week is going to take the race lead at the flag stand. Into turn number 1, we got one around right in front of your field. The green, yellow stays on. We stay clean. We stay green. The race is still all kinds of great up front for the race lead. Eric Latrell still going to roll the hub of the Heart of Texas Speedway, trying to even the way with the 37, but it is not enough. The KS Engineering power plant underneath the hood of that Express chassis, Vertibuilt Bodies, number 37, teammates to Jeffrey Abbey this weekend. Robert Scribner out front setting a torrid pace.
We talk about the top side maybe going away, Zach. I think Scribner's starting to prove us wrong. Maybe we don't know what we're talking about. Look at Scribner working the high side of the racetrack out of turn number 4 as we come to 2 to go. Latrell giving it his best on the bottom, but Zach, I don't think it's going to be enough.
He's not the fastest car in this race. The guy that's battling right now for the inside of Krzyzewski's got the fastest lap in this race with a 17.067. Scribner, though, with a 17.069, but it won't matter because the white flag's going to come out this time.
That is the J2 of Josh Scott. Josh started outside of row number 4 in 8th position and is battling right now for that 3rd spot. Josh Short.
Yeah, Short. That's all I was.
My bad.
No, you're good, brother.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Checkered flag in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that, brother. It's going to be Scribner with the... Scribner with the win. Short with second by how much? What's the difference between the finishing order there?
Short will not come up short. Bonnie's AERE-powered Moser chassis, the formerly from Aztec, New Mexico, now residing out of Houston, Texas. So Jarrett Roberts and Corey Williams will make up the final row in this one. Corey Williams is your IMCA National Sport Mod Point leader coming into this event, 11 points over Jeffrey Abbey. As the lights are going to go out, he has an opportunity to pick up a lot of passing points in this one, Nick. As they head off in the 1 with Nick Clickenbeard setting the pace in the row number 1. Off of 2, down the back straightaway. Look at this, throw a blanket over the tail. It is heating up.
Absolutely, Zach. You got to be watching the back of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. Passing points, the name of the game. But I'll tell you what, Brock Bowen, the wild man in the 56 from Fannin, Texas. 7 wins on the season this year. 6 of them, Zach, coming consecutively. Brock Bowen had a couple of hot streaks going on so far this season. And sitting 3rd spot right now, Clickenbeard out front, McGaw in 2nd.
They're still trying to go door-to-door for the race lead. Clickenbeard going to use that low side. That Chicken Express Sweet Tea trying to rise to the occasion here. Here Bowen trying to make it interesting there. Even lower on the hub of the track than the 66 is. As here comes Clickenbeard back to the inside for the race lead.
Out of turn number 4 is going to be McGaw across the top of the track in the 911. Driving it down to the bottom of turn number 1. Shuts the door on Clickenbeard. Zach coming out of turn number 2.
And the driver of this season, the current IMCA National Sport Mod Point leader in his Fletcher-powered IRP, mired at the tail, who has 14 wins this year, 9 at West Texas Speedway, 7 wins at Cardinal in Eunice, New Mexico, and 1 at Roadrunner. He's got a pair of 1,500 to win victories as they go door-to-door for the race lead. Clickenbeard got a big bite there off of exit of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the race lead.
Makes it work off the bottom. Clickenbeard got good Good drive off the bottom of turn number 2. McGaw back to the top side in 3 and 4. I think it's going to be enough at the stripe as we cross 5 down, 5 to go, Zach. Yes, McGaw hangs on to the lead.
That outside embankment just too much for Nick Clickenbeard right now to overpower your leader as Brock Bowman going to get a big run to the outside this time, but Clickenbeard able to drive it deep into turn number 3. Now we'll try to roll off the exit of corner number 4, but still too much into the outside line. The driver of 911 who has a lot of laps here as one comes around to the tail here, and we may get a caution into this one and have to rewrite. Nope, it won't happen. These guys know that if they're done, hit the caution wave, so you might as well keep it strolling and rolling. That's Kel Westover, and it's unfortunate for Westover because Westover's a good shoe. Down the front straightaway is still 911 and Josh McGay, and 911 leading the way.
Still McGay out front, like you said. Zach Clickenbeard in second, dives to the bottom of 3 and 4. Brock Bowen with probably the best seat in the house right now, watching how the top side works and how the bottom is going as we come to 2 to go.
Yeah, it looks like he's got this one going away now. I mean, Clickenbeard actually just drove it much deeper, but he's losing about 2 car lengths there off of exit. There's just not quite enough bite off of... I mean, you can drive it in deep, but your car just can't stay planted off of exit and get that drive off that you're really looking for. And it's really off of turn number 4 when the 911 can separate himself, and that's where it's most important for him as he comes to the flag stand for the final time.
As we're down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3, you can watch right here, ladies and gentlemen, the 66 of Clickenbeard, much straighter through the corners. McGay just getting the power down. He'll take the win in heat race number 6, ladies and gentlemen. It's Clickenbeard second, Brock Bowen in third.
David Leger Jr. will grab the 4th spot in the 9L.
Inside the third row, ladies and gentlemen, the 17 is Michael Marischak. Outside of him, Kevin Sestair in the 71K. 4th row back going to be the 8C of Will Carter, the 18 of David Phillips, and the 35 of Aaron Roy. Inside row number 5 by himself. Green flags out. Heat race number 7 is underway. And Fast Freddy Wotek living up to the nickname off the jump. Well, we are 4 wide through turn number 2. Look at Kevin Sestair, Zach, already up to 3rd spot.
The hashtag idiot rolls off the exit of corner number 4. You know what I mean. You know I mean no harm. I'm not Kevin Rogers, but Kevin knows that I love him as my good friend. We'll be back here announcing the Brian Miles Memorial for
Absolutely.
him and Kevin Rogers in a few weeks. As right now, Jeffrey Abbey out front with the race lead. The driver who got the opportunity to run with the Camping World Truck Series at the Rossburg, Ohio Oval at the Eldora Speedway this season. He leads in 37.
3 laps in the books, I believe, maybe just 2 with 8 to go. Jeffrey Abbey is out front, your inaugural Boone Super National Southern Sport Mod champion, picking up the win last year in the 37 machine. Is Sestair now to the bottom of turns 3 and 4, getting around Wotek for second.
Yeah, we might as well throw the keys on the counter for him and talk about the battles from second on back.
Dude.
As Sestair is taking over the second spot, he knows his way around this racetrack. And here comes Shady Bear. Who dat? A-Bear out of Scott, Louisiana, looks to get the Walmart special 2 for the price of 1. He gets the door slammed straight in front of his face.
I tell you what, Zach, look at the bottom of the racetrack. Absolutely. You
Walmart
called it, brother.
Special. Thank you very much. I'm Shane A-Bear, and I call this my moneymaker. Off the exit of 2. Down the back straightaway, A-Bear now has his crosshairs down to the back deck lid of the 71 of Kevin Sestair. And A-Bear is rocking, and he is rolling around the Heart of Texas Speedway right now.
Oh, Zach A-Bear looking for the cushion, goes all the way over it. All 4 wheels above it.
Oh, the 17 smacks the wall in a victim of circumstance there. A-Bear went higher than Willie Nelson on a cross-country tour with Snoop Dogg riding shotgun.
Looking for it, never quite found it. Meanwhile, the gap is shrinking between your top 2 cars. Kevin Sestair trying to close the gap on Jeffrey Abbey.
Fred Wotek riding in the 3rd spot there, but here comes who? The 8C. Earl driving to the inside for the 3rd spot, and a slight job thrown on him there through 3 and 4. And really, you could just call that a textbook pass.
I tell you what, Zach, we got one over top of the cushion again in turn number 4. It's Aaron Roy, but the 18 of David Phillips started next to last in 8th spot, worked his way up to 3rd. That's a basket full of passing points right there, brother.
Yep, like we said, folks, the name of the game is passing points. It's not necessarily where you start. It is where you start. It's about where you finish, about how many cars you pass. The name of the game is passing points. This one you get a half a point or a point and a half per car you pass, depending on if they're going by USMTS style passing points. At the final time around the oval here, the 3/8 mile speed plan here in Heart O Texas Speedway for the 37 and the Southern Sport Mod National Champion. They're sitting second in 2017 points, but the reigning champion a year ago. In the 3, and off the 4, your winner, driving the KS Engineering Express Chassis, Further Built Bodies, John Wheeler Race Cars, Abilene Powder Coating, Tumbleweed Barbecue, Dynamic Driveline, Swenson Racing Products. Number 37 from Comanche, Texas, Jeffrey Abbey, who has 16 wins at 5 different tracks this season, will take the victory in heat race number 7.
16D is Dustin Donnelly alongside the 78 of Billy Drutchin, and lining up shotgun on the field, it's Rocky Kelly Lockey. Green flag is out. We are side by side into turn number 1. Off the top side of the racetrack, Adam Roy. We're 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Jennings, and we're 3 wide, 2 rows deep. 3 by 3 out of turn number 2. It was insane. Adam Roy going to lead lap number 1. McCreary in second. Paul White third. J.J. Jennings fourth, and Brian Rye rounds out the top 5.
So the 2014 Cajun Classic champion won $5,000 on a factory stock at the Heart O Texas Speedway. Came from 18th to win $5,000 at Timberlawn Speedway just a few months prior to that. Adam Roy, we call him P-Wayne. And the Wounded Duck Trucking, Presto Magic Clean, DE Wraps number 2 IRP. This is only the 3rd time out in this brand new IRP chassis for him. His dad builds their power plants, Roy Performance Power, underneath the hood of that Deuce. As Adam Roy, one of the winningest drivers, 20 limited modified wins back in the 2014 season.
Wow. Adam's showing why he can pull off 20 wins in a single season right now. Man has laid the keys on the front desk and checked out on McCreary in second. Paul White right now in third. J.J. Jennings in fourth, and Day rounds out the top 5.
Man, I'll tell you what, you have got a shoe full of competitors in this one, some good ones.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Best battle right now, back for 4th. There you go, door-to-door. Rowdy Day in the 26, used by 89 Motorsports chassis of the 26 of the Corpus Christi Texan, J.J. Jennings. Jennings will have to surrender that spot.
Halfway there, folks. Cross flags. 5 down, 5 to go. It's still Adam Roy. P. Wayne out front in the 12 machine. James McCreary sitting in second spot in the 13J. Still Paul White in third. The battle on the track right now, Zach, is the one for 4th. It's Jennings to the inside now in turn number 3, but Day going to hang on to it.
He said, I got to get it back. I can't give it up. I got to get it back. But Rowdy Day says, I'm Rowdy. I'm living up to my nickname tonight, and I'm not going to let you have it, J.J. Jennings. And look at the beautiful sunset down the back straightaway next time by, race fans.
Absolutely gorgeous. The harvest moon peeking its head up over the horizon. Absolutely beautiful, setting the tone here. We got a battle shaping up now for second, Zach. It's White off the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, if you knew anybody would do it, it would be the Temple Texan. Here comes Paul White. Paul White all over the tail tank of the 13J of James McCreary for the bridesmaids owners in this one, as they only have 2 more sticks to get the job done. It'll be 1.5 laps to go when Adam Roy meets the midpoint of the back straight as they're door-to-door for the second spot here. Nick Robbins off the exit down the back straight with the high side momentum, so working to the advantage of McCreary. Paul White going to play some
White flag comes out. Zach McCreary dives to the bottom in turns 3 and 4, shuts the door on Paul White. Your leader still Adam Roy. White with 2 more shots, make it 1 more to take over that second spot as we're back down the back chute for the final time. Zach, bring us home.
I think Paul White's going to get him here for the final time. Watch this. Off of turn number 4, Paul White's going to smash the throttle off of turn number 4. They're going to drag race to the line and give it to Paul White, maybe.
Oh, my gosh.
No, he got him.
Wow, race fans.
I told you it was going to happen. Paul White got him by 0.43 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Tanner, Danny Roy, Jeff Roy, inside of 2. Outside it'll be D.I. Wilson of the 6 dub. Tori Yant in 173. Outside it'll be Eddie Gramilla in the 11G. Inside of row number 4 it'll be Kyle Wisdom in 91. Chase Breezy in 42K. Out of Baytown, Texas, Cody McDowell rounds out the field. We go green here from the Heart O Texas Speedway. And heat race number 9 of the night. As they try to go door-to-door for the race lead, momentarily they will. The 33R of Mike Roach going to hold on to command. But down the back straightaway, the 9 going to try to pressure him. Shelby Williams to the inside. They're going to go door-to-door. They're 2 by 3 wide. They're off the exit of corner number 4, down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Roach with the race lead. He leads lap number 1 of this 10-lap affair. Heading off into 1, off the exit of corner number 2, down the back straightaway. Roach still out front in command with a race lead. Roach has got his competition scattering like his last name as the 9, Shelby Williams. looking to be in hot pursuit. I called it the sun, but really that's the moon rising over there. How about that? That's beautiful.
That is D.L. Wilson in that third spot, brother, the 6th dub, with a thin blue line, always supporting our police officers and law enforcement here at South Texas Speedway. Eddie Gramella having a good run, battling it out for 4th right now.
And so Chase Breezy, the rise to the occasion. It wasn't Chase Gilly tonight. He'll right to the inside of that Dust Devil Racing chassis. Chase the Breeze, the 2-time South Texas Shootout champion. In the pure stock division, down to South Texas Speedway in Corpus Christi. Always love going down there in December for that event. Rides up to the 5th spot in 42K. Right now, your top 5 all separated by about the same distance. Right now, as we roll off the exit of corner number 4, Roach still with the race lead. Nick Robbins into 1.
Yeah, this one definitely the most strung out heat race act as we cross halfway, folks. 5 down, 5 to go. This one definitely the most spread out race so far, with Mike Roach, your pole setter, still showing the way. Shelby Williams in 2nd spot, D.L. Wilson 3rd, Eddie Gramella in 4th, and Chase Breezy, the Breeze, rounding us out in 5th. Everybody pretty much high side and handsome right now, all the way around the racetrack. Breezy looking to the bottom of Eddie Gramella, can't quite make the move down the back chute into 3.
Shelby Williams, though, picking up the slack, getting a lot faster right now. Williams much faster, but Roach just picked up the slack and just re-inherited the quickest lap time in this race with a 16.651. So lap times sometimes become a major factor here as the car in 2nd, as you see the race in here for the 4th spot heating up. Breezy going to look to complete the slider. He won't be able to do so. Off of 4. Down the front boulevard, the 11. Still holding on. Eddie Gramella holding on to that spot over the Breeze.
I got to say, man, I really thought by now the high side would be a little bit slower than it is. These guys and gals really liking it around the top of Heart O Texas Speedways with the white flag, 1 to go.
Mike Roach for the final time off the exit of 2. He's heading down the back straight over the sight set on turn number 3 for the final time. The 33R leads this one from the start to the tail. Off the exit of corner number 4, the 33R. Who's your winner? It's Mike Roach in 33R. 2nd, we'll go to the 9 of Shelby Williams. D.I. Wilson in 6th dub. We'll take the 3rd spot. The Breeze, Chase Breezy.
Alongside the 148 of Garrett Gregory. A little bit different. We got a shuffle here.
Yeah, Justin Aubrey's going to be on the outside of 3. We lost 1. Sean Hill, I believe.
Yep. We've got Dan Weber Jr. in the 01, Justin Whitehead, the 36J, Cody Tupper in the 23, and Mitchell Clement in the 4-0s car.
Keep your eyes on Whitehead. Look at him already going to tiptoe to the outside. Last Saturday or Sunday is a 4 wide off the exit of turn number 2 down the back side. Whitehead's looking to throw the needle. He will. He'll get 2 for the price of 1. They'll still go 3 wide. They'll go to the back of the inside of Whitehead. They'll throw 3 wide. And still, oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Off of 4. Down the front boulevard, that was as close. Like you say, sometimes, Nick Robbins, you couldn't fit the Holy Spirit between that battle.
There wasn't room for the
still
Holy
3
Spirit.
wide off of 2. Down the back straight of Whitehead, the 2nd. To the bridesmaids' honors, and this one, the caution will wave, and he may have to go back to about 3rd or 4th.
We've got places all about.
Kind of looks like my home track.
This is
of the 3 wide.
Absolutely. This is our answer to Arklatex, no doubt, brother.
Hey, look, this place, I throw it up there on the same pedestal, and I throw Boot Hill Speed. I throw all of my tracks. Timberline, Lone Star, I love them all. They're all great racetracks.
Lights are out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going green this time around.
Can we go ahead and start playing Whitesnake, Here I Go Again?
Absolutely. As the green flag drops.
Because here I go again. The 3 wide into 1 and 2. Whitehead's going to split the gap, but he'll get the door shut on him there off the exit of 2 down the back straight over. He'll somehow thread the needle down the back straight over and put his foot through the floorboard. Actually put it through the firewall that time. Off of 4, he'll take the 2nd spot away, and now he'll set his sights on the race lead. Gary Fox out front, leading the field. He's the Fox out front. The Hounds are behind him, howling and looking to hunt him down. Justin Aubrey Whitehead, the Hooks Texan, will right up to the 2nd spot and look to get a shot in the shorts. He will.
Definitely a little bit of contact there from Mitchell Clement. And what's on the sheet as 4 zeros, but it looks like a 21T on the side of the car. It is Mitchell Clement.
Yeah, Mitchell undoubtedly in that blue and white number 21. Maybe not be the best looking car, but as Doug Vick Jr. once told me, Victor Lane pretty never went fast. Into 1. Not a bad looking car though. But hey, he got in there, ruffled the feathers, the left rear quarter panel of the Foam Pros, Spencer and Son Timber. Sains Ford, race on Texas.com 36J, and he's looking to throw a slight job to the inside. He gives Whitehead pressure.
Couldn't quite clear it as we come to halfway there, folks. 5 down, 5 to go, excuse me. It's still Gary Fox out front, Justin Whitehead in 2nd spot, Mitchell Clements is 3rd. Fourth spot right now belongs to the 148 of Garrett Gregory.
I believe right now, undoubtedly, Mitchell Clement does have the quickest lap in this race. I was about to say undoubtedly has to have the quickest car with a 16.196. That's the quickest lap time so far tonight.
Absolutely, of any limited modified, really of any car on the track all night long, 16.196. Can you imagine what the lap times would be if there was moisture out there, Zach?
Whitehead with a 16.451. His quickest time on the speed plant right now is Gary Fox still out front, leading the field.
2 laps to go this time by, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Gary Fox out front by a considerable margin. I'm going to call it 6 car lengths over Justin Whitehead. Whitehead right now with his hands full of the 21T of Mitchell Clement.
The deal is passing points, and Whitehead right now has them at a premium. Another basket full of them. As they head off into one for the final time here, as they head off of the exit of corner number 2, Clement really wants that bridesmaid spot in this one. He is knocking on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth, and he'll dive it back to the inside of Whitehead for the final time through 3 and 4, but it'll come up limp. Off of 4, faithful a checkered flag to your winner of Gary Fox, and that cam chassis number 12. Grabbing second will be the Foam Pros, Sames Ford, Smith & Son Timber, 36J, RaceOnTexas.com, entry of Justin Whitehead out of Hooks, Texas.
Captain America Keith White, 2 wily veterans with a lot of laps and a lot of racetracks. Starting on the front row, the green flag drops and we're underway. Here comes Keith White. Takes the jump off the outside, leads the field into turn number 1, but showtime. Not to be outdone, battling backwards side by side out of turn number 2, Zach.
I'm going to tell you right now, the driver to keep your eyes on who sits in third, the Joker, I call him, Jason Tyner. Tyner out of Tyler, Texas, now in an IRP Racing chassis. Going to roll there on the 3rd spot and look to hunt down your top 2 competitors in this one.
Some heavy contact in the back of the pack with Mason Jordan getting together with Brandon Watson, but back up front, it's still the captain. Keith White going to lead lap number 2. His daughter Brooke hashtags him as a has-been. I think he's coming back with a vengeance tonight. Sitting out front of heat race number 11 in the 71G Vato chassis entry. Shane Heffling in 2nd spot. 3rd still belongs to Jason Tyner. And 4th spot right now, the 30M of Albert McCall. Chris Florio has worked his way up from an 8th starting spot into 5th. Passing points once again, ladies and gentlemen, the name of the game here at Heart O Texas Speedway tonight. We got a battle for 2nd spot. Tyner looked to the inside, thought better of it. Heffling still hangs on to that runner-up position. Out front, though, it's still the captain, Keith White, with about a 5 car. That's probably 8 cars over Shane Heffling in the 2nd spot. Heffling to the top side of the car, bobbles just a bit through turns 1 and 2 as we cross halfway. 5 down, 5 to go. A good battle shaping up for the 4th spot. Albert McCall and Chris Florio. Florio trying to close the gap. It's about a car length right now. Florio looking to the middle of the racetrack, trying to find a way around the number 30M of Albert McCall. Not going to make it happen this time around. Florio in 5th. McCall hangs on to that 4th spot. The field pretty much strung out around the top of the racetrack now as we come to complete 7 laps this time around. 3 to go right here at the line. Still, McCall hanging on to that 4th spot with Chris Florio about a car length or 2 behind in the 21 machine. Going to be coming to 2 to go this time by. Back up front, though, it's still Keith White in the 71G by a straightaway over Shane Heffling. White tonight driving the team car to the 71K of Kevin Sestair. Keith White not racing a lot this year, coming out for the Southern Nationals. Stands just as good a chance as anybody to pick up that 10 grand as we come to white flag, 1 to go. Passing points, the name of the game. Keith White not getting a lot of them, starting outside the front row. Shane Heffling started inside the front row as we come out of turn 4 for the final time. Was the leader, now the winner, a faceful of checker flag for Keith White in the 71G. Shane Heffling is 2nd. Jason Tyner in 3rd. Albert McCall and Chris Florio round out the top 5.
His way around this racetrack inside of road number 3. It'll be TJ Green in 5G. Outside, Junior Dozier in the 199. Inside of road number 4, it'll be the 777 of James Hanish. Outside, Jared Baird and Cliff Jones run out the field. We are underway and kind of bottling them up there on the start.
The green flag drops on heat race number 12, ladies and gentlemen. It's Justin Rowdy Cupcake Shaw out front in the SG1.
Dustin Robinson, not Roberson, there in the blue 10. He did not get the start he was looking for. He was supposed to start inside of row number 2 in the 10, and he had not a good start. The driver who won 16 times at 7 different tracks 2 years ago in that D&D Motorsports number 10. Down the back straightaway, he's in an IRP chassis, and he's fell all the way back, and that's not like Dustin.
Still Shaw out front. Second spot is Bobby Ruffin in the 121. Third spot belongs to the 30J of Chad Jones. Fourth spot right now, the 199 of Junior Dozier. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 5-car of TJ Green.
So the driver of the CMP Pump Service HD Chassis Custom Fabrication All-Pro Drivelines Tailor-Made Countertop Company SG1 of Cupcake or Justin Rowdy Shaw. Rolling off the exit of corner number 4 has the race lead.
This one again, Zach, looking pretty single file around the top side of the racetrack. I don't think the bottom's going away. I think a lot of these guys are just set up to run the top. It came in early. It's here now, and I think it's going to stay all night long as we come to halfway.
Well, think about a lot of these guys have been sitting over there watching how these previous heats are being ran, and they're seeing guys like Cody Smith, who came up limp on that second place run, who was awfully close, just couldn't quite muster up enough momentum. But right now, Bobby Ruffin is one of those guys who can thread a needle and make it work and twerk whenever you think that somebody may not be able to. But Ruffin likes to rough up, well, I don't want to say rough up his competition, but Ruffin's about to go to work.
Got to be the fastest car on the track right now, Zach, the 121 in second spot. Look at the gap. It's shrinking lap after lap, but they're ticking away. It's going to be 7 down, 3 to go right here at the line. Ruffin's got 6 more chances, Zach, to take top spot.
You know what's funny is this track is getting faster. They're now into the 15-second range. A 15.894 or 15.838, the quickest time in this race for Bobby Ruffin.
The racetrack getting faster, ladies and gentlemen, as the night goes on. We're laying down some rubber. The track is smooth as glass all the way around here at Heart O Texas Speedway. Going to be the white flag in the air this time, Zach, for Justin Shaw. Bring us home, brother.
And that last lap time for Justin Shaw, now he's the quickest car with a 15.803 as he has separated himself from the 121 of the Crandall Texan. Bobby Ruffin of the 121-41 Racing Shocks entry down the back straightaway. The Crandall Texan will not have an opportunity to pressure the driver by the name of Justin Rowdy Shaw off of 4. He'll take the dub in the SG1. The Crandall Texan, Bobby Ruffin will take second. Chad Jones in his new Vision Racing Graphics Wicked Racing Chassis 30J will grab third.
Lights are out this time by, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going green this time out of turn number 4. 10 laps the distance, 9 cars the field. Graves and Pierce get ready to bring us to the green flag. We are underway. Got a little bit of contact in the back of the pack. Looks like everybody's going to stay clear. We stay clean and we stay green. Off into turn number 1. It is Pierce off the top side of the racetrack in a 32 machine. Roger Pierce going to lead lap number 1 out of turn number 4. In the second spot is still Frank Graves in the 63X. In the third spot, it is the 75 of Danner Shipman, but Jeff Shepard challenging on the bottom. Shepard, a regular here at Heart O Texas Speedway, lives in Elm Mott, Texas, right here from town.
Actually from Chalk Bluff now, is what he told me earlier. But he's in that Performance Automotive Machine, Cam Chassis, Herrera Custom Cabinets, Baird Electric, Les Clark Remodeling, D-Mark Construction, Texas Tire Outlet entry in the 4th spot as he rides down the back straightaway with a Fat Daddy Designs entry or wrap on that machine. Nice looking race car for Shepard.
Absolutely, Jeff, one of the top runners here week in and week out of Heart O Texas Speedway. Oh, we've got, that is Sontag around in the bottom of turn number 2. Jeff going to get it fired back up. We're going to stay clean and stay green. It was all on his own. We got a pass for 5th on the racetrack, Zach. That is Neighbors on the bottom of the racetrack. Steve Neighbors picking up that 5th spot.
He got it. He got around him there, using that outside line. He's also got Kevin Rowland, the former Texas Motor Speedway World Dirt Track Championship winner, as his teammate this weekend, as it's 5 in, 50% complete, 50% more to go in this one of this 8 or 10 lap affair. Down the back straightaway, setting a torrid pace. Out front is 32 of Roger Dodger Pierce. Dodging the field right now. He's in the 15-second bracket. Interestingly enough, the only car in this race to be into the 15-second bracket. as 4 cars in that last race were in the 15-second bracket, as he nearly has a whole straightaway on his competition right now, and the battle for third is heating up into turn number 3. The battle for third is Shepard all over the tail tank of Danner Shipman in the 75. So 171 and 75 are going to go out of here off of turn number 4 into turn number 1.
Look at Shepard right up on the rear bumper of Shipman. Look, Zach diving down a little bit to the inside, takes a peek, thinks better of it, comes back around to the top side as we come to 2 to go for your leader.
It looks like World of Outlaw point leader Brandon Shepard. Down the front straightaway, Jeff Shepard all over the tail tank, trying to give Danner Shipman all he's worth.
And this is 3 cars for second spot right here, ladies and gentlemen. The white flag coming out for your leader, Roger Dodger Pierce. Frank Graves in second spot. Danner Shipman is third. And Jeff Shepard right now in the 4th position.
Look at their nose to tail right now. 63X of Frank Groves is slowing down a little bit, and it's stacking up second, third, fourth. Down the max rate of the 23. Wishes he had more laps on the inside for second on the final lap. Coming to the checker flag, he'll get the spot. It's going to be the 75 grabbing that spot, Danner Shipman. Out of row number 2, the Farmerville Freight Train Brandon Ball, the Bubba Green Towing AB Performance, number 75, best engine powered IRP chassis. He has been one of the best drivers, the Texas State Champion at Timberline Speedway, won $2 grand just 3 weeks ago. Bailey Dosser outside of the 12-star AC Light, inside of row number 3 in the 007, ready to fire the golden gun. Rodney White and the Team Richardson Chassis 84, your battle or SmackDown winner at 85 Speedway in Ennis to open up the season. He got a big run down the back straight over the inside of Brandon Ball. They're going to go 1 by 2 by 2 into turn number 3 on the opening lap. It's going to be the Carbon Texan Gabe Tucker to the 95 Lightning McQueen look-alike entry down the front straightaway in 95, who has the race lead in a huge by 89 Motorsports chassis. Right now, Dosser, the Russ Texan, holds on the second. Blackwell holds on the third of the 445. Ball, the freight train out of Farmerville, Louisiana, now resides out of Texarkana. Of course, Farmerville, Louisiana, located right there on Lake Darbon, right outside of Monroe, Louisiana. He'll throw the slight job into 1 and 2 and get a shot in the tail tank for it. Down the back straightaway, Brandon Ball is no stranger to threading the needle when he needs to. He knows passing points are at a premium. He's got to get what he can get, and he hopes the rest of his competitors don't throw a fit.
Absolutely. Brandon Ball did what he had to do down there on the bottom of the racetrack, slid up. Maybe not the cleanest slide job in the world, but I tell you what, brother, look at Blackwell trying to get back underneath him, Zach.
Blackwell says, I'm about to give you a black eye and knock your left rear tire out of inflation there. So anyway, back into 1. Dosser actually tried to pressure there for the race lead. A great run for the youngster. Bailey Dosser here, the Russ Texan, driving the RoseBowlSpeedway.com, or Rose Bowl Speedway sponsored entry off of 4 down the front boulevard. 5 in, 5 laps to go as Gabe Tucker out of Carbon, Texas, and the KSG Engineering number 95 with the race lead.
A little puff of smoke out of the 95 machine of Gabe Tucker as we come into turn number 1. I don't see it in 3 and 4 on the north end of the racetrack. There it is again, going into 1. A little bit of smoke out of your leader's car and the second place car. Slides up, Dosher makes a mistake, loses a lot of ground in the 12 machine.
Yeah, tough break. Bailey Dosser is having some tough, trying to get the handle on it, but nonetheless having a great run for the young driver out of Rusk. As right now, the driver to the KSG Racing Engine, Hughes by 99 Motorsports Chassis, KSG Motorsports Triple T Transport Bracket Operating Quality Well Service. Number 95 out of Carbon, Texas. He'll come and see 2 to go this time by.
We had Caleb Hudgens go around on the top side of the racetrack in turn number 2. Caleb gets it pointed back in the right direction, and we stay green. Gabe Tucker going to be coming around to put a lap down as the white flag comes out. Zach, bring us home.
Final trip around the speed plane. He'll have lap traffic up in front of him in the form of the 10 of the Corpus Christi Texan, Caleb Hudgens. Hudgens, who got his first ever win down in South Texas not long ago, had a little bit of a mishap in this race, but he's not done for the weekend. That's final time off of 4. It'll be the driver to the KSG Racing Engine, KSG Motorsports Triple T Transport Bracket Operating Quality Well Service number 95 from Carbon of Gabe Tucker, your winner. Good run for the Russ Texan, the young man Bailey Dosser, the Farmerville Freight Train Brandon Ball, your Texas State Champion at Timberline.
951, 12-star, B75 to the scale.
Towing best engine powered IRP chassis, B75.
It'll be a 10-lap affair. 7 cars in the field, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to go green this time out of 4. Gregory Murrayhead and Blaine Shives going to bring them to the green. The green flag is out. We are underway with heat race number 15, and look at Shives off the top side of the racetrack, leads the field into turn number 1. Murrayhead slow on the bottom of the racetrack, slips up, gets 1, 2, 3 cars, 4, 5, and 6. Gregory Murrayhead looks like he's going from first to worst. I think he's got a flat tire is what I'm hearing over the receiver, and a black flag going to come out for the 22 machine. Murrayhead going to have to take it back to the pit area. Meanwhile, it's Blaine Shives out front in the 33 machine. Nathan Arms is second. Dustin Butcher third. Fourth spot belongs to Garrett Rawls.
My bad, man. I was saying get out of town. Blaine Shives is here tonight. I'll tell you what, man. I used to grow up watching Blaine Shives win a lot of races over at Lone Star. He'd come over to Boot Hill. I always just... Blaine Shives, does that not just sound like a racing name or just a competitive name? Blaine, my last name is Shives, and I'm ready to shuck and jive on my competition right now.
Absolutely.
Here he comes.
And doing it, living up to that legacy of that name there, Zach. Absolutely, the potential is the word I was looking for. Blaine Shives at a torrid pace around Heart O Texas Speedway right now, out front in the 33 machine. Don Painter going a spot backwards, getting passed by Garrett Rawls, for the fourth spot.
And here comes the Butcher, Dustin Butcher in 90K. And the Ehard.
5 down, 5 laps to go. Only one win at South Texas Speedway this year for Dustin Butcher. Not normal at all. The driver of the 90K machine, always a top competitor. I think 8 runner-ups so far in 2017. Dustin would love nothing more than to park it on the slab Saturday night and get the big check for $10,000. Still Murrayhead out front as we come to 7 complete. 3 laps to go in heat race number 15 for the limited modifieds. Nathan Arms is second. Dustin Butcher third. Garrett Rawls fourth. Don Painter rounds out the top 5.
Bo Day-Meyer back there in the 6th spot of the Cattle Mills Texan, driving the Quality International Delivery number 4 machine. Western Flyer chassis into turn number 1. He is not able to strike as right now. I'm telling you what, where you're starting these races is very, very important to hold serve, because not a lot of passing been going on these last several races. It's all tiptoeing around the outmost part of the speed plant. And right now, Blaine Shives shucking and jiving around the Heart O Texas Speedway. This place is going to get very, very good from top to bottom. So, hey, if you're watching sitting at home, don't worry. Or if you're right here in these grandstands, you're going to get your money's worth on the bank for your buck, because you got a lot of racing tonight, regardless of how this track service plays out. But it's going to get good, I guarantee you. The Blaine Shives is going to take the dub there in the 33. And
checkers out, 33, 2X, and 90K to the scales.
Nathan Arms on second in the 2X.
Heat race to the racetrack.
The 90K of Dustin Butcher will grab third. Garrett Rawls.
Green.
So ready to drop the hammer here into 3 and off of turn number 4. The Drummond, Oklahoma racer Cleo Adams going to go to the inside here on the start for third as Perkle gets the jump on Jake Upchurch for the race lead down the back straightaway. A little bit of contact there for third. Cleo Adams. And that Outcast race car, Dunsworth Performance Engine Power Choke Oilfield Services, Gilliland Oil and Gas, number 9X. Mired back in now the 5th spot. It's Jimmy Day from Greenville, Texas, all the way from the tail up to 4th now.
That was a heck of a battle there, Zach, between Jimmy Day. Oh, we've got a slow car on the racetrack at the bottom of turn number 4. Looks like the 367 of Bobby Beatty pulling it into the infield. The fun meter pegs early, brother, to steal a line from you.
The frustration meter is through the roof right now as they roll through 1 and down the back straightaway here at the Heart O Texas Speedway tonight. Day Motorsports heat race number 16, heat number 16, presented by Day Motorsports, the official Circle Track warehouse of Heart O Texas Speedway and the home of the Southern Nationals. Day Motorsports has all the parts you need from the front to the back bumper and all parts in between to get you back on the track. And there'll be a few drivers looking to holler a day to get back on the track tonight.
Absolutely. And as we cross the halfway point, Zach, it's still Jacob Perkle out front in the 141. Upchurch in the 2nd position. Day up to the 3rd spot from the back. Jimmy Day putting on a clinic right now. The man on the move in heat race number 16. 6 laps in the books, 4 laps to go. Once again, kind of single file around the top side.
Down the front. Jacob Perkle still with the race lead. You know, one of the interesting stories that I heard, this is probably about 9-10 years ago, but I saw it on elbowsup.com. Jacob Perkle had his truck and race car, his trailer, stolen out of Dallas, Texas, and they had to recover it. Yeah, that was years ago, but his race car, trailer, everything got stolen and had to recover it. Anyway, not sure exactly how that panned out, but the white flag waves. Jacob Perkle, years later, is leading out front here at Heart of Texas. Has a good shot to win $10,000 this weekend, holding off from third from the outside pole. Hey, but here comes Upchurch. Upchurch says, I got to get what I can get, and he'll pull to the back bumper. He'll try to the inside and smash the loud pedal. Can he get a run to the inside? No, it won't work. Checkered flag going away for Jacob Perkle. Second, we'll go to Jake Upchurch in the dirt defender, number 24. Greenville, Texas racer, I tell you what, Jimmy Day is the guy who had it's a good day to be a day, because 8th to 3rd for Jimmy Day out of Greenville, Texas in this one.
Absolutely, brother. Take a look at those lap times, man. I was looking at those last couple of laps. Every side, Jeffrey Blackwood in the 488. Lining up shotgun on the field is supposed to be marvelous Michael Gannett. Don't see the 25 on the racetrack. We're getting ready to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Green flag is out. We're underway with B-Main number 1. Only the top 2 advance into the A feature, and already we've got big contact, and you picked a fine time to leave me loose wheel in turn number 2. We're going to get the no-go logo showing up. That is the 488 of Jeffrey. Going to be a complete restart this time out of 4, Zach. Take 2 on factory stock B-Main number 1.
Oh, kind of round 2 of the night. Are you ready to rock? Kick the tires, light the fires. We're back on our way here at the Heart of Texas Speedway. We're try number 2 of this factory stock B-Main event. The first of 3, taking the top 3 to the A main event. There'll be...
Oh, big contact with Sean Graham, Ray Kemp Jr., and now Frank the Tank Canzaro goes around at the bottom of turn number 2, along with Scotty Thrifty Nichols. Looks like Scotty going to park it in the infield, Zach. Looks like the fun meter pegs early on the 99 machine. Tim Homeyer, still your leader, 1 lap in the books. Second spot right now belongs to Shane Pretty in the 77X as the field comes out of turn number 4.
Been a bad night so far for Sean Graham as he exited his Triple X rocket to the pit areas. Right now as they roll off the exit 2 down the back straightaway in hot pursuit, Shane Pretty all over the tail feather of the 8 of Tim Homeyer for the race lead. In the 3, Alan Lindo still holding on to that 3rd spot. Often talk about Alan. He's a guy that takes a lot of pride. He only has about $2,000 total dollars in his entire factory stock program, and he takes a lot of pride in being able to make a show against a lot of these guys who have far more in their cars, as he'll get battled to the inside of him. The 416 of Chase Neal, the real deal, to the inside. Neal looks to have that spot as that outside line momentum working to the advantage, though. Off of 4, they're going to go at the flag stand.
Look back out front, Zach. The battle for the lead shaping up. Lap traffic going to come into play. It's Frank Canzaro right in front of your leader, Tim Homeyer. We're 3 wide going into turn number 3.
Homeyer going to take the low line right around the hub. This track is about to get ultra racy from top to bottom as the exit corner number 4. Homeyer still with the race lead. Looking pretty. All over the tail feather. In the 1 and 2. Or the trunk lid. Whatever you want to call it. Finally escaping in that 3rd and final transfer spot over the Longview Texan. Alan Lindo is the 416 of the Fort Worth Texan. Chase Neal.
And it looks like definitely Homeyer playing defense right now. Zach out front as Pretty all over the tail tank of that 8-star machine. Down the backstretch into number 3. Pretty looking to the inside. Homeyer sticks to the top shelf. Side by side at a 4. Not going to happen. Still Homeyer at the line. Pretty in second. Then it's about a half straightaway back to Chase Neal, who is about a half a straightaway ahead of 4th spot, Alan Lindo. Lindo now under fire from the 21. I believe that is James Holder.
Yeah, James Holder's turned the quickest lap in this race, Nick, with a 16.528. It's interesting, right? When we add moisture to the track, it actually slows down. That's interesting, right?
Yeah. Actually, Zach, I think we're wrong. If we're looking at the 21 on the rear quarter panel, it's got pink tape that says 504X. That is going to be Jason Cook in the 504X. We got a good battle back up front for the lead. It's Tim Homeyer and Pretty still as we come to 2 to go. 10 in the books, 2 laps to go. Top 3 to the A Bay, Maine.
Well, the main thing for these guys, they don't want to get racing too hard. They're already in the show right now. They just don't want to do anything. But hey, it may be a difference if they go side by side with the race lead into turn number 3. White flag going to be waving in the front of their faces this time with a low line work to the advantage, but the outside line still working for Tim Homeyer. Timmy Tim to the top spot, still holding on to it in 8.
Shane Pretty don't care if this race pays or not, Zach. We're going to look to the inside, going to lose it that time. I think it's going to seal the deal. Homeyer with a good run down the back, shooting the 3 for the final time at a turn number 4. Yes, it is. Tim Homeyer going to take the win. Shane Pretty in second. Your third and final transfer going to go to Mr. Chase Neal.
So Chase Neal with a good run, grabbing that third and final transfer spot. A great run. Stellar performance for the 136 of the Longview Texan, Alan Lindo. He's at a premium, and the sand of the hourglass ticks away quick, fast, and in a hurry in these races.
Yeah, this 12-lap feature, man, is 12-lap B main. Not a lot of time to make up a lot of ground.
Yeah, tick-tock goes the race clock as we get ready to hit that clock off of 4. They go back to work and push the time clock off of 4. We are back underway here from the speed plane as Jeff Sontag got a great start to the outside of the 8 of Lockie. Lockie drives it back deep to his inside. Thompson got a shot in the shorts there off the exit of 2. And down the back straight on the opening circuit. The 88 is going to hold serve. They go 3 different lanes wide for the race lead off of the exit of turn number 4. They fan out and they even the way down the front boulevard. Look at 85 of Thompson giving a shot in the shorts back to the 88 that he gave to him early in this one. Wolf to the inside now, the 85. Your top 5. It's Thompson and 85. Wolf into 3 off of 4 as Kelly Lucky tries to take a battle for the race lead.
Absolutely. Rick Morosky working that third spot right now. That's your third and final transfer right now. Under fire from Dwayne Wolf in the 10 car. Jeff Sontag, though, looking good off the top of the racetrack. Takes the green, never looks back. We're leading it. We're going to be crossing the line. 3 down, going to be 9 to go this time around, Zach.
Kelly Lucky trying to put that Jeff Bates Performance Power Plant to the ultimate test here at the Heart of Texas Speedway as they rim ride the top shelf in the 1 and 2. Sontag still holds on to the top spot. Novosky all over the tail tank of the 8 now. And he has the third and final transfer spot comfortably in hand right now for the time being. The battle for 4th as 85 JT James Thompson, the Mon Mafia Outlaw chassis number 85 tries to the inside down the front boulevard they come. Here comes Chop Chamberlain trying to work his way to the mix now. Pushed by the 85, look out. As they go 3 wide there off the exit of 2. The beneficiary, hard to tell from this vantage point.
Looks like it was Trey Votaw on the 15 picking up 2 spots, a 2-for-1 deal over in turns 1 and 2. JT, James Thompson, definitely getting the short end of that stick, as they say, Zach. We lose about 4 spots in the 85 machine. Your top 3 cars, you're separated, your transfers about a straightaway over Dwayne Wolf. It's worth 3 wide through turn number 4. Dwayne Wolf doing battle with Trey Votaw in the 15 machine. Wolf in the 10 car. We're 2 wide, 2 rows deep. It's Flying Ryan Powers in the R12. Doing battle with Pork Chop Chamberlain in the 70 machine.
Yeah, that's a great battle back there. Might as well just go ahead and tuck in as we have 5 laps to go here. Your top 3 might as well lay down, go to sleep, and go to bed. These guys behind them are going to need a caution. They are absolutely going at it. It's an absolute war being waged here. Down the back straightaway, it's Wolf. Oh, tough break for Thompson. He's off the back straightaway. Off of 4. Sontag still leads in 73. Yeah. You knew Pork Chop was going to throw some seasoning in there on it. He's all over the back tail tank of the 10 as they go 3 wide off the exit of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Look at Pork Chop Chamberlain going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3. They're still 3 wide. 3 wide, Nick Robbins. What more do you want? And a slide job nearly there off 3 and 4. He threw it, but he did not complete it. He says, I'll throw an elbow instead.
Man, Ryan Powers just picked up 3 spots out of turn 4. Zach, he's into the 4th position. Only got about 2.5 laps left to catch Rick Morosky. Don't know that he's going to do it, but as you can see already, the R12 machine, definitely one of the faster cars on the track as we come to 2 to go.
Yeah, tick-tock goes the race clock into 1 and 2. Sontag being pressured now by the Tyler Texan, Kelly Lockey for the win. Your top 3 all comfortably in hand. It's going to be for the win. Here comes Lockey to the inside for the race lead. Kelly Lockey going to try to the inside as the white flag waves in front of their faces this time. Sontag still your race leader in 73.
Jeff Sontag looking good around the top side of turns 1 and 2. Rocky Kelly Lockey right there behind him. Rick Morosky with the best seat in the house right now in 3rd spot. Going to be the final time through 3 and 4. Lockey to the bottom, Zach, out of turn 4.
That outside line going to be too much, though. Jeff Sontag going to get the victory in 73, followed by the Tyler Texan, Kelly Lockey, who finishes 2nd and 8. And, folks, if you're watching live on Race on Texas, he has a deal ready. He has a car, a GRT chassis, ready to put up for auction. It's really not. I don't mean to be insensitive about it.
Lights are out. Zach, we're going green this time out of 4. Marcus Harcrow gonna show him the green rag. Here we go.
Green flag, drop the rag, smash the gas. Into turn number 1 on the restart. As you can go 3 wide for the third and final transfer spot right now down the back straightaway. It's hot and heavy. It's heating up. Look at the 54. Into 3. Nils, give him a shot in the shorts, and that round goes.
That's Joe O'Brien in the 144 getting a shot from Melvin Kemp Jr. And a black flag being shown to the 54.
I saw that coming. It didn't take Harcrow to throw some crow his way.
Trying to get the 1X off the racetrack, looks like going to make the hard right turn off the speedway, and again the black flag going to be shown to the 54 of Melvin Kemp for aggressive driving there, and it definitely was.
Yeah, well, he just had a huge run down the back straightaway. I don't think that was intentional. It's like with these tires, Nick, one thing is this response. Like a limited modified getting into the corner that hot, you can get on the brakes and the car will most likely stop on response, but with these tires, they have a lot less give, man. These things will slide into the corners. So anyway, 54 finally exits the speed plant now. Your top 3, Tracy Cundiff out of Kilgore, Texas, occupies the 3rd and final transfer spot right now. Brandon Taylor in 88 occupies 2nd, and Lance Hansen Jr., your leader of the Dirt Defender 5H.
And it looks like nose to tail for that top spot, really, with Lance Hansen Jr. out front. And Brandon Taylor giving chase in the 88 machine. Taylor to the bottom out of turn number 4. Not going to be enough this time by still Hansen out front. 5 down, 7 to go. Both of your top cars working the bottom half of the racetrack. And Taylor gets real snug right through the transition. Has to get on the binders hard to avoid contact with your leader. Hansen still out front in the 5H machine, making it look easy out front. Now with about 2 car lengths between himself and Brandon Taylor in 2nd spot. Taylor again very tight through the middle of turns 1 and 2. The transition not going well for the 88 machine on the south end of the racetrack. We've just had a pass for our 3rd and final transfer spot. Looks like the 189 being driven tonight by Justin McNeil, getting around Cundy for that 3rd and final transfer spot, Zach.
He may not be the Don O'Neill. He may not be the new deal Hudson O'Neill, but Justin Neal out of Denton, Texas is the real deal tonight. He'll roll to the 3rd spot. Now the front boulevard. He'll set his sights on the top 2, but they are a far wide advantage ahead with only 3 more trips. 2.5 laps to go this time down the back straightaway for the 5H of Lance Hansen. Brandon Taylor still right 2nd. The Denton Texans still 3rd. Cundiff wants that spot back, but relinquished it a few laps ago. May not be able to get the job done.
Your leaders coming up into some lap traffic. Lance Hansen going to be working with the Triple C of Chris Kuhn. Kuhn goes to the high side, gives the leaders room. Great driving on the part of Chris Kuhn. Hansen gets around easily out of turn 4 as we come to 2 to go. 10 down, 2 left around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Elm Mott, Texas.
The Triple C will get disposed of there by your 2nd place driver. In the 3, Lance Hansen will see the white flag in front of his face this time by this 12-lap affair. So Hansen leads them into 1 and 2 for the final time, all hugging the hub. Interestingly enough, everybody else is on the outside of the last race. They're all hugging the hub in this one. But it's good news, though, because I can tell you what, these asphalt pull-off tires make a racetrack racy. As the final time down the front boulevard for the Dirt Defender sponsor 5H of Lance Hansen, your winner. Brandon Taylor will grab the 2nd spot. Your 3rd and final transferee once again out of Denton, Texas. I believe he's in a Vega. Is that a Ford Vega? Is it
looks like a Nova to me.
You think? I don't think.
8, Zach, going into the A.
The top 8, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the name of the game. And the game that these guys will be playing here in this one. Who's it going to be? Will the sand of the hourglass tick away for them? I believe we'll be going 15 laps of distance for these fellas. The lights is going to go out as Honeywell out of Antlers, Oklahoma smashes the lap pedal in his Western Flyer Racing chassis into turn number 1. The 66 of Clickenbeer didn't quite get to start, and Honeywell nearly lost it right in front of the field, and the 66 Clickenbeer is going to go right back by. And he'll power for the race lead to the inside. They go door-to-door for the top spot. They're 2 by 2 by 2 and 3 wide. Back for 6, 7, 8 spots off the exit of 4 down the front boulevard. Leading lap number 1 is going to go to Danny Hebert in 182.
Absolutely. Danny Hebert going to lead lap number 1. 2nd spot now. A hot battle. That is Clickenbeard in the 66X on the top side of the racetrack. In 2nd spot, Zach. But here comes the 8X of Kevin Manning.
Yeah, but they're nearly 2 and 3, 4 wide back there for the 8th and final transfer spot right now. Look at that. They're door-to-door for the 8th and final transfer spot. The 18 right now holding on to that, or James McCurry in the 8th and final transfer spot. Eric Shashelsky, Eric Luttrell, and Rob Bland all battling for it.
Your leader, still Danny Herbert out front. Zach, what's going on for 8th in the back?
McCrary still holding on to it in the 13J. Shashelsky, one spot ahead of the 420. Those guys right now, as the 13J McCrary able to separate himself by about 2 or 3 car lengths over the 18 that time. I'm sorry, the 16 of Rob Land.
And the battle's still hot and heavy for that 8th and final transfer spot. We got a yellow on the racetrack for the 38M, I believe, 39M of Dale Melton going around in the top of turn number 4.
State championships and the Factory 50. That was a 96 Smacker chassis factory stock. Doesn't look like lights go out that time, but I want to give a shout out to him for watching on raceontexas.com, man. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope to see you soon, Trey. As we ready to drop the hammer, kick the tires, light the fires off of turn number 4. Flagman Marcus Harcrow waves the green furl flag in front of the competitors. They head off into one-member race phase, the top 8 to the A main tonight. As here comes Honeywell. He fired that time. Bland off the pace, he'll go straight to the pit area. No harm, no foul. Honeywell going to roll the hub here. Nick, they're 2x2x2 all the way to the 8th and final transfer spot off of turn number 4.
Looking pretty stacked and racked back there, Zach, all the way down through about 8th or 9th position, like you said. Look at Honeywell at the bottom of turn number 2, side by side with Hebert off the exit.
He likes honey. Like Winnie the Pooh. I don't know.
Down again to the very bottom is Honeywell out of 3 and 4. Not going to be enough. Look at Hebert with the gap at the stripe, Zach.
Well, he's feeling pretty good right now, but he's going to need some of that rabbit's luck. Down the back straightaway there, door to door for the 3rd spot. It's the 66 of the former TMS World Dirt Championship winner of the Chicken Express, Bonham Motorsports, Fraser Motorsports number 66 of Nick Clickenbeer. Clickenbeer going to roll the outside of the Heart O Texas Speedway. Interestingly enough, these guys all tucked around the hub, but you're starting to see this place get racier and racier from top to bottom. As they're 3 wide for transfer down the back straightaway.
Man, they are fighting hard and heavy for that 8th and final transfer spot. Zach, what I want to say is, though, where did James McCreary come from? Was starting 7th on this restart. He's already up to 4th, battling for 3rd with Tyler Honeywell.
Yeah, he's got a good car, but right now, I'm telling you, this battle for the 8th and final transfer spot between Shashelsky, Dosher, Luttrell, and Greg Moran. Wayne Melton is about to heat up. As soon as Wayne Melton heats up those tires a little bit more, he's going to come to life. Look at this battle into turn number 1.
3 nose to tail down around the bottom of the racetrack. It's Shashelsky.
Luttrell
up top. As we come to 5 to go, Zach, 10 down, 5 to go.
All eyes should be on the 8th and final transfer spot right now as we head back off into 1.
Luttrell, topside, in turn number 1. Shashelsky going to hang on to it for now.
Greg Moran gets a good run down the back straightaway to the inside. Shashelsky's in the 7th spot. Right now, they're door-to-door for the 8th and final transfer spot off the exit of corner number 4 down the front boulevard. And Greg Moran slides right up in front of Eric Luttrell at the flag stand. And Luttrell's looking to let it hang all out off the exit of 2, but that low side is digging and coming to life. That Ingles Racing Performance Chassis 7K. Greg Moran, here he comes, baby.
Moran getting around Luttrell for that 8th and final transfer spot. Zach, like you said, we've got about 2.5 laps left to go for Danny Hebert out front.
Looking like the $1 million man, Donnie Moran, out here. Greg Moran now wants this 420, 420 of Eric Shashelsky. And then Homegrown Motorsports 420 into turn number 1.
Down the back, out of turn number 4, actually going to be the white flag in the air for your leader, Danny Hebert. 1 more lap to go around Heart O Texas Speedway.
8th and final transfer spot looks to be pretty well in hand right now. Wayne Melton better get up on the horse. He better put a whip to it because tick-tock goes the race clock. The stand of the hourglass, as I like to say, is ticking away. But he has the 7K in his sights, but he bobbled there off the exit of turn number 2. Luttrell's out of it. The checker flag waves. This time at the flag stand, your winner goes to Danny Hebert over Nick Clickenbeer. McCreary drove his way all the way up to 3rd. You called it. He was moving. Justin White will grab 4th. Honeywell faded to 5th. Kevin Manning 6th. Eric Shashelsky and Greg Moran will hold on to get the 8th and final transfer spot, and they'll go A qualifier racing here tonight.
Happens,
Arkansas people.
Hey, Arkansas is better than your Kansas.
Hey, will you say light?
Night.
Good night.
Night. You turn on your night light when you go to bed.
Anyway, we're about to turn off the green light, or turn on the green light, turn off the yellow light, and that's what we'll do. The driver of the API Pipe and Supply. Number 63, Showtime. Shane Habling smashing his foot through the firewall. We are underway in this one, not this one, into turn number 1.
Look on the outside, Zach Upchurch getting a good jump. Heffling with some issues.
Oh, Shane boy.
Wow.
Shaney boy, you better get it going. A tough break for the Farmerville Freight Train on the start of that one. B-ball started 8.
And Heffling crossing down over like 3 lanes of traffic.
I'm telling you right now, throw a quilt from third all the way back to the rest of the field. My goodness gracious. And Shane knows he's got to go and go now. He doesn't like the start, but he likes it now because that car 63 is rolling to the inside up the 4th.
Absolutely. Your leader still Jake Upchurch in the 24. Second spot is Jason Tyner. Then it's Jeff Shepard having a good run. Whoa, we got a big pile up.
A Walmart in the Target parking lot.
I've been waiting on that all night long. I'm so happy you said it.
That's more of a Kroger.
Nope. There's one to go. One to go right there.
Or this time we go.
Yeah.
Jake Upchurch. And the Dirt Defender, number 24 Express Racing Chassis, will smash his foot through the floorboard off of turn number 4, and he will. We are back underway.
Absolutely. Jeff Shepard and Jason Tyner in tow right behind him as we got 2 complete, 13 laps to go here tonight in B-Main number 2 for the limited modifieds. And look at showtime. Shane Heffling got it figured out on the bottom this time.
Look at the Joker. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Nicky.
No. Oh, no.
The Joker.
Oh, and McCall gets there. Eddie Gramella gets there. My God.
They're doing a little cell phone racing right now. They're hooked up, and Texas has his share at the has a share here right at Heart O Texas, and he won many on a dirt track Saturday night and Friday nights over to the Kennedale Speedway Park and the old Cowtown Speedway before it went extinct. As we will drop the hammer off of 4, they'll punch the time clock, and they're back to work off of turn number 4.
Green flag waves from Marcus Harcrow. Upchurch leads the field back into turn number 1. 3 in the books, 12 to go. Look at Heffling on the bottom. Showtime gonna pick up the runner-up spot at turn number 2.
Shane Heffling gonna drive it deep to the bottom side of the speed plant to the inside for the race leader. 2x2x2 all the way to the tail into the 8th and final transfer spot. All eyes right now up front, but for the 8th and final spot, it's heating up in the turn number 1. Look at this, they're 2x2 still. Off the exit of 2, Nick Robbins down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Showtime driving in deep once again.
Absolutely down on the bottom, hugging the tires at turn number 4. Not going to be enough. Still Upchurch out front. Heffling in second. Shepard is third. Dustin Butcher 4th. And the 23 of Neighbors, Steve Neighbors, rounds out the top 5. But look at Brandon Ball. Ball getting around for the 5th spot off the bottom of the racetrack, Zach. A good move in the B75.
Absolutely. The freight train, the Texas State champion of the former, the 2010 Spooky 50 winner, won $4 grand there. Won $2 grand just a few Saturday nights ago. And a former winner of the Tootsie Smith. Off of 2. Down the back straightaway. It is all kinds of heating up there between Ball and the B75s. They're 3 wide. Chad Jones, the 23 of Neighbors, off of turn number 4, trying to heat up for the race lead as well. They're going at it all over this racetrack right now. But for the 8th and final spot, man, it's Brandon Ball, Chad Jones, and Steven Neighbors and Garrett Gregory all going at it right now, baby.
3 wide racing for a full lap there between Neighbors, Ball, and Jones. That was a heck of a show right there by those guys. But up front, can I steal your line? It's heating up front, Zach.
You do what you like to do, brother, because here comes Shane Heffling. He said, I really didn't like the way I started this race a whole lot, so I've got to rebound and I got to get what I can get. And right now, he has wheeled his way. Nope, not back to the top spot. The 24, Jake Upchurch, says, I really like that outside momentum off the top of turn number 4, and I'll dive it back to the bottom in the 1 and 2 in front of the 63. And he'll drop down to the low side here in 3 and 4 as well and play protect mode. But it seems the 63 is able to plan his car much better off of exit, and he'll lead. Nope, it's a dead heat at the line that time at the line. Let's see what the differential is. 0.28.
Wow.
0.28 thousandths of a second for the race lead. They are through for the race lead through the exit of 3 and off of turn number 4 this time by Nick Robbins. You got it. It's heating up with
Shane Heffling out front that time. Definitely out front. Working the bottom of the racetrack, Zach. The bottom looks like it's coming in real good.
And I'll tell you what, right now, Brandon Ball is maybe a victim to not transfer in. He is in the 7th spot, Steve Neighbors in the 8th and final transfer spot, but he's about to get company to his backside there off the exit of corner number 4 as they're still side by side with the race lead. We love door-to-door battles. We like battles for transfer, but right now they are waging a war for the top spot. It's Upchurch, the North Texas racer, down the front boulevard. From Grand Prairie, Texas, rather, in the 24.
Taking the 2 to go that time. Bizak, it's Heffling now out of turn number 2. But look at the speed on the top side from Jake Upchurch.
The white flag is going to be displayed this time from flagman Marcus Harcrow. The white flag waves in front of their face. It could be a dead heat at the line, folks. Thank God we got transponder systems implemented this weekend, because Showtime's going to roll ahead by a car length to watch the outside line of that 24's momentum down the back straight into 3 for the final time. Lap traffic's going to impede the 63's momentum off of turn number 4. The 24 is going to use the outside line as they drag race to the checkers. The 63 of Hafley is going to get the win. What a performance there, Nick Robinson. What a race. Woo! Upchurch grabs second in 24. That's what we like, brother. Hold my shoulder. The 771 of Jeff Shepard. Force just won't let him off. But hey, the breaking news is the Kansas City Chiefs, who is actually one of my favorite NFL teams, beats the defending Super Bowl champions 42-27 tonight on the Thursday night NFL kickoff opener. How about them Chiefs?
We are going green on turn number 4, ladies and gentlemen, with your factory stock all-star race.
As we go 2 by 2, all the way into 1. As Lockie's going to hug the hub off the exit of 2 down the back straight away on the opening lap. It's going to be Tommy Williams. Here comes Whitehead, going to thread the needle to the outside. Look at this, fanning out 3 different lanes wide. Whitehead going to thread the needle. Watch him come to the front. He won last Sunday evening driving Brandon Brown's number 97 car because he had to work. Whitehead found the top lane quicker and faster than anybody else did, and it looks like he's going to find the top lane here at Heart of Texas. He's able to run this track just a little bit higher than everybody else. This time he's going to peek to the inside of Lockie for the second spot. Now the front boulevard, Nick, here we go.
Looks like Kelly Lockie going to have the lead that time at the line. And we're 3 wide through turn number 2. Zach, Justin Whitehead right in the middle.
Oh, and him and Lockie made a little bit of contact. Just a little bit of slight contact there, it appeared. And Kelly Lockie, they're good friends. He showed some respect there. Got off the throttle. He showed him some respect as we head back off into 1.
And it's Whitehead that time, I believe, Zach, at the stripe that time. Looking around the high side, though.
That's Ryan Hopkins, correct? Down there on the low side?
No.
Sorry, my mistake. Sean Hill. Sean Hill's in 504. My mistake.
So it's Whitehead out front, Lockie in second, Sean Hill in third in the 504, Sean Graham in 4th spot right now in the Triple X, and 5th spot is the 5H.
I guess it's only right for the guy who's been the all-star in this class, won the Battle Royale to open the year, donated all $2,500 that he won to the Parker Lee Project, by the way. Outstanding organization, nonprofit organization that Megan and Philip Smith, man, they do a fine job. I'll tell you a little bit more about the Parker Lee Project in a minute, but they help out tons of families across the United States and beyond.
2 of the finest people you'll ever meet. Absolutely. Some great people. They do a lot to support the dirt track racing community, and we couldn't, it's an honor to know them and work with them, and we just can't say enough about them. We got Sean Graham with more trouble.
He has had a heartbreak of a night. I can't imagine going and try to talk to him after the races tonight. He might want to punch me in the face if I go up and ask him for an interview.
And the no-go logo gonna come out. Unfortunately, it is for the Triple X machine. Trouble for trouble.
Yeah.
Justin Whitehead out front by himself. Sean Hill and Kelly Lockie, your first double file row. And Whitehead on the throttle early, midway down the back chute into turn number 3. Justin Whitehead going to lead him out of turn number 4. We got a car skating through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Was the 151K of Tommy Williams Jr. Ryan Hopkins to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 2 picks up 1-2 spots. He's up to 6th.
Whitehead leads off the exit of corner number 4. Down the front boulevard we go. It'll be 5 laps to go, I believe. I thought Marcus was showing on the hand 5 phalanges, but maybe not.
Looks like Justin McNeil, parking it. Well, he's taking the scenic route through the infield on the 189 machine. Maybe going to bring it back out. Probably just going to park it, though. Yeah, and Ryan Hopkins in the 4H machine, bringing it to a stop in the infield. Problems for your 4-time and defending factory stock track champion. Justin Whitehead, meanwhile, still out front in the 36J machine. 2nd spot, the 504 of Sean Hill.
Whitehead just turned his best lap of the race with a 17.182. The second best time in this race, a 17.449.
So nearly 0.3 of a second. separate the top two guys. That's just insane.
He's a madman, Your Honor. He's a desperate fool on the endless, pitiful ropes.
It's an eternity in racetrack time, man. The second spot right now belongs to 504 of Sean Hill. Then it's Kelly Lockey in the third spot. 12 laps complete in the factory stock all-star race.
As they head down the back straightaway, Whitehead has separated himself. He is liking some Heart O Texas Speedway tonight. He has felt good from the drop of the hammer. He was well on the limited modified. He's from 6th to 2nd in that one. At third of the needle on the outside. He's just taking a liking to the outside all night long. I'm not sure if that transferred over from Heart O Texas Speedway, but he found the outside, started 8th there last Sunday evening and got the victory over in Vivian, Louisiana for his 16th win on the year.
Looks like all of these guys, Zach, really getting up to that high side. They've all found it. They all like it. They just can't make it work as good as Justin Whitehead.
You know, Justin seemingly won everything in this factory stock division since he began running it at the age of 15 years old. But winning this all-star race would be huge for him.
Oh, no doubt.
It would mean a lot for him. I mean, because he is the guy that has a lot rested on his shoulders. When he comes in, he is the pick favorite. Everybody expects him to run well. Well, when he answers the bell, I mean, it definitely makes him feel good that he can come out here and I guess answer whether he gets boos or applause. He does what he comes here to do.
Some people come to see him win, and some people come to see him lose, but they all come to see him.
Well, just like Jeff Gordon back in 1993, all the way to the end of his career. Well, they started to respect him. See, when Whitehead gets a little bit older in his career, they'll start to respect that, hey, he won 137 freaking races in about 5 seasons. That's unbelievable.
Absolutely. And he's about, I don't know, we're going to say a straightaway plus ahead right now.
He's a mile.
A mile.
And we're only on a quarter-mile racetrack.
And there's 2 to go. Zach, 18 in the books, 2 laps to go around Heart O Texas Speedway.
I'll get ready to head down trackside for a very quick post-race interview with Justin Aubrey Whitehead. If he holds on, you never know. Like, look, this thing is never over until the lady sings as the white flag waves for Justin Whitehead.
White flag in the air this time by Whitehead out front. Second spot is Chad Cox. Third spot is Kelly Lockey.
And that Texas oldest dealership, Sains Ford 36J, Swinson and Sun Timber, Foam Pros, RaceOnTexas.com. 36J, he'll will it to the victory. Your all-star race winner, and he's an all-star. Justin Whitehead takes the dub in 36J.
1T, the young lady out of Copperas Cove, Texas, is Mrs. Taylor Florio. The 9th throwback on the inside, the 182, is Denny Hebert, and the 66X is Nick Clickenbeard. James McCreary and Justin White on row 10, Tyler Honeywell and Kevin Manning on row 11, and Eric Zagleski and Greg Moran make up row number 12. Green flag is flown. Zach, we're underway. Top 4 to the A, brother.
I'm sneaky. I just showed back up to your left side here. Yes. I had to get that little quick word with Justin Whitehead. Want to make it quick as possible. Wasn't. And we'll get caution for that one.
We've got the no-go logo on display in turn number 3 and in turn number 1. We did get 1 lap in the books. It's Tyler Honeywell and James McCreary.
In just a few more moments. Out front right now, Josh Short. Not coming up short for the race lead. As the Belton Texan of the 25, Jason Gore, Robert Scrivener.
1 in the book, Zach. Josh Short going to lead him to the green flag this time out of turn number 4.
We're back underway here at the Heart O Texas Speedway. Down the front boulevard we go. The top 4 will automatically lock into Saturday's A feature. Like you said, both of the Abbey machines are in this one. Down the back straightaway, it's going to be Scrivener, and then his teammate Jeffrey Abbey back in the 4th spot. They'll be in the 4th and final transfer spot, and I tell you what, the rest of those guys behind those are going to have an uphill battle. But Sid the Kid, can't count him out, nor
absolutely
Josh McGay in the 911, or Paul White. I mean, what a stellar field for a B main.
Those next 4 cars right there, you got Sid Kippen, Josh McGay, Paul White, and Kevin Sestair.
This is a dirt track A feature times 30
absolutely.
Any other night. I mean,
absolutely. And Josh Short walking the dog in this one right now, brother. Robert Scrivener really got nothing for him at the moment.
got to dwindle this field down to the best 24 that you can find come Saturday night. As we have another full slate of action tomorrow night, another A qualifier coming up to you up next, and your A feature for the factory stocks. That'll be your final 3 races of the night, including this one.
Yep.
As off of 4 down the front boulevard, still with a race lead, Josh Short. Nothing less than impressive here tonight. Short out front, leading the way over the Scrivener Vertibuilt Bodies Express chassis of Robert Scrivener.
Those Vertibuilt bodies are some of the best looking ones on the racetrack. Robert does a really great job building bodies, built a lot of cars out here. Looking good right now in second spot. Trying to catch up to your leader, Josh Short. Gore in the third spot. Then Jeffrey Abbey in the runner in the fourth and final transfer spot. But look here, Zach, the kid, Sid Kippen, knocking on the door.
He's going to knock on the back door like a trick-or-treater with a sweet tooth a few months here before Halloween and the lights go out. Jason Gore. So, Robert Scrivener right there as well. Kevin Sestair, that's your times. Who is as far as quickest on the track right now. But your leader, it's Robert Scrivener.
Going to have his hands full. The lights are out. Zach, we're going to be going green this time. Robert Scrivener catches him sleeping. A good jump coming into turn number 3.
The Waco Texan leads them into 1, driving the Vertibuilt Bodies, Don Woody Race Cars, Tumbleweed Barbecue, Dynamic Drive Lines, Swenson Racing Components, Jeff Morris 517 Designs Wrapped, Aberline Powder Coating, number 37. As they roll through the center point off of turn number. Oh, we have hard wreck. Upside down. That is one of the hardest, viciousest crashes I've ever seen, folks.
We are going to have a red flag condition, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my goodness. Who was that went upside down, man?
That looked like Josh Short getting involved there.
It was the orange car, it looked like.
It's going to be a factor. You see Kevin Sestair going, slinging it up there on the deck.
I'll tell you, man.
What's that Vacto chassis?
There are some hungry hounds back there. I mean, some of the most well-accomplished little bit of modified competitors from all over the Mid-South are right here in this entire race. And I mean, here we go. We dropped the hammer, folks. We are back underway with 6 laps complete.
And Scrivener leads him into turn number 1. And it's Jeffrey Abbey on the bottom. Gore up top. Jason Gore in the third spot. Here comes Josh McGay. Battling for that fourth and final transfer spot, Zach.
Nearly slid up. Well, he did slide up on Sid the Kid, and he does. They make contact there off the exit of corner number 4, and I don't think Kid's going to like that too much. Down the front straightaway, Sid the Kid ready to give him another shot in the shorts, and he gets an elbow thrown on him by Kevin Sestair, and he loses traction, and here comes Cody Smith to his inside. The Martin Marine Pancho Villa Vato chassis, number 31 going to right in front of the 58 as well, Paul White in tow.
Was a bad restart for the kid. Sid Kippen losing 3 very important spots, going from a transfer back to 7th position on the racetrack.
Absolutely. From the in-house to the outhouse. The bad dog with no biscuit on this one. Off the exit of corner number 4. How about these Abbey cars running 1 and 2 right now here in A qualifier number 1? That's exactly what they set out to do tonight.
Absolutely. Robert Scrivener still out front with 9 laps down. It's Jeffrey Abbey in second. Jason Gore is third. Josh McGay rounds out the top 4 transfer positions. But I tell you what, Zach, Kevin Sestair, hashtag idiot.
Yeah. Well, hashtag wheelman, really. He's a hashtag wheelman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hungry right now. Sitting 1 spot out in the 5th position.
And that Brian Mize Motorsports number 71K KR Promotions entry in the 71K heading into turn number 1. They roll to the center point of 1 off the exit of 2, down the back straightaway with his crosshairs down to the back spoiler of the 911. Josh McGay for the 4th spot. Will he be able to get the job done as we wind the race down here? Tick-tock goes the race clock. The center of the hourglass is ticking and ticking away.
I tell you what, Zach, it looks like McGay may be losing some ground on the 25C of Jason Gore, and Sestair closing the gap on McGay.
Yeah, Jason Gore actually out of Crandall, Texas, and he had told me he lived in Belton at one time. I'm pretty sure of it. But Jason Gore out of Crandall, Texas. I've been saying Belton all night long, but the Crandall Texan rides in the 3rd spot.
14 laps complete that time at the line. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still Robert Scrivener out front, Zach. I don't think anybody's got anything for Scrivener.
I don't think they do. I mean, Jeffrey Abbey, you literally have to throw it over his shoulder and muscle him in, but let's be honest, he doesn't want to give his teammate a win, but they'll be happy to finish 1 and 2. Either way it goes, slip swap, either way. So he don't want to get in there and test the waters too much and take them both out of contention.
Absolutely. We just got the 5 to go from Marcus Hartgrove. That's going to be 4 to go right there for Robert Scribner. Still Abbey in second. Third is Gore. Fourth is McKay. Sestair, Smith, Kippen, and White round out the top 8. 17 laps in the books, 3 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, in A qualifier number 2. The laps winding down. Going to be 2 to go for your leader this time by. There it is. 18 laps in the books. 2 laps to go for Robert Scribner. We've got a car off the racing surface. Looks like the 41. At turn number 4, you see the yellow lights flashing down the backstretch. Well, there's the green light. We get the green light real quick. And just like that, Robert Scribner leads him to it. Kevin Sestair with a great restart that time. Picks up a spot. Gets in to the top 4. Here comes Kippen on the bottom. Jason Gore gets reamed into turn number 2. Gore is around. It's the 12 car of Adam Roy.
So the Waco Texan leading the Comanche Kid, who made his NASCAR debut in the Rossburg, Ohio Oval just a couple months ago, the Mud Summer Classic at the Eldora Speedway. Owned by Tony Stewart. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series had a stellar performance. Ran inside the top 5 or top 6 at one point of that race. As we are back underway here from the Heart of Texas Speedway, McGay gonna roll. Oh, and Kevin Sestair gets a shot in the shorts. Jeffrey Abbey did not get up on it, and they're gonna go door to door there for the 3rd spot. Right now, here comes Pancho Villa. Oh, down the back straightaway. Look out, Cody Smith. Cody Smith trying to thread the needle. Cost him. Cost
some change, you know.
Yeah, these cars only cost a couple $100, but as they roll off the 2 down the back straightaway, the light should be going out this time, and it will.
Look at that second double file row, Zach. You've got Kevin Sestair and Sid Kippen on the second double file row. Those 2 wily veterans are going to be hungry for that 4th and final transfer spot.
Scribner got a great restart. Oh, Kevin Sestair on the front straightaway wall. The top 4 all involved. The 911 of McGahey is going to hit the wall. Oh my goodness, Kippen, a bunch of drivers who thought they may not go to the main event tonight are all smiling and licking their chops now, but they have to be thinking of their competitors. Kevin Sestair,
Guess is going to be Paul White. And then 4th spot is going to be Taylor Florio.
It still says Chris, man. I'd have to believe that they have that right, man. I don't know. It has to be Taylor.
That is Taylor's car. That is Taylor driving it. Absolutely.
That girl's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. She's got 3 wins on the season. One of them coming right here at Heart of Texas. The other 2 at 281. So she's doing really well.
You know who's licking his chops right now, though?
Won last Saturday at 281 Speedway, as a matter of fact. So
sitting in the 5th spot, though, I'm telling you right now, Brandon Kinney out of Woodward, Oklahoma, driving that Ramirez race car. I think Brandon Kinney started this race, if I'm not mistaken, like
13th.
Yeah, 13th. Okay. He's ready to rock.
Gonna be a single file restart here behind your leader, Robert Scribner.
If Taylor Florio could lock herself into this show, that would be a major, major accomplishment for that young lady.
Absolutely. Gonna be a big, big feather in the racing cap for sure. As we take the green flag with 3 laps to go, but look, underneath it, Brandon Kinney.
Yeah, Kinney, the Woodward, Oklahoma hot shoe, driving the boom test well service from Ramirez Motorsports. Number 21B, gonna do everything he can to fight and claw his way into this show. That young lady, though, knows her way around this racetrack, has probably raced here many more times than Kinney. Down the back straightaway, into turn number 3. Jeffrey Abbey still in the 2nd spot. Down the front boulevard we go.
Yeah, interesting fact about Taylor Florio, Zach. She was the Junior Mini champion here in 2015 at Heart of Texas Speedway.
How many laps are we going? I assume 25.
Robert Scribner, still your leader in the 37 machine, the 537 machine, excuse me. And then in 2nd spot, it is Jeffrey Abbey. 3rd spot is now Paul White. 4th spot belongs to Taylor Florio. number 22 in the book. Should be 8 laps to go for Robert Scrivener. Showing the way in the 537. Jeffrey Abbey still hanging on to that runner-up spot. 2 to go this time by. Should be 25 laps. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, 25 laps. 25 laps the distance. Gonna be the white flag this time by. White flag in the air for Robert Scrivener. 1 more lap to go around the quarter-mile speed plant here in Elm Mott, Texas. Down the back chute for the final time into turn number 3. Negotiating turn number 4 flawlessly. A face full of checkered flag for Robert Scrivener. Jeffrey Abbey in second, Paul White third, and Taylor Florio will lock herself in to the $10,000 to win dance on Saturday here at Heart O Texas Speedway. Is T.J. Green also on the track, the 63 of Showtime, Shane Heffling. The green flag waves, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway with A qualifier number 2.
A qualifier number 2 underway. Oh, we got...
already got mayhem on the... Whoa, someone dropped a drive shaft, Zachary. That's what that is at the bottom of turn number 2.
Brandon Boss facing the wrong direction. And... ready to drop the hammer here, Nick Robbins. They flashed the yellow. It looks like we're going to turn the lights out. We will. It's going to be Jacob Perkle on the front row alongside the Sames Ford, the Texas oldest dealership, coming on board to sponsor the 6-Top Cajun Classic winner and looking to sweep the program on this Thursday night opening special for the 10,000 win Sport Non-Nationals. He gets a good start. Justin Whitehead of the Hooks, Texas, is going to storm to the race lead in 36J.
Absolutely, Zach. A great jump off the outside. Whitehead leads him into turn number 1. Perkle in second spot. Shaw is third. Gabe Tucker rounds out the top 4 transfers.
You know, one question that I'll have to ask Whitehead if he holds on is a long way to go, folks. I don't want to speak boastfully or speak prior to that young man getting to victory lane if he does do it. But I don't even think he's ever raced at Heart O Texas before in his career. Kind of showing what he's made of tonight.
Absolutely. It's the cool thing about this race. We got guys from all over the place as Keith White looks to the inside of Gabe Tucker for that 4th and final transfer spot. We got a lot of guys from all over the state that have never raced here. A lot of guys coming up from South Texas. Dustin Butcher, Caleb Hudgens, Brock Bowen have never raced here before. Definitely makes it interesting against guys with many, many laps around this place.
Justin Rowdy Shaw doing a good job driving that SG1 car this weekend. Down the back straight over the carbon, texting Gabe Tucker in his KSG Motorsports Triple T Transport Bracket Operating Quality Well Service number 95 has the 4th and final transfer spot. Feature race winner at 281 Speedway this season as he rolls off a 2 down the back straightaway.
Tucker also picked up a win in February back at Cotton Bowl Speedway, running in support of the United States Modified Touring Series.
He won the first night of the USMTS Winter Nationals here last year with USMTS, so he knows how to show up whenever there's prestige on the line.
Absolutely, Gabe Tucker, one of those guys you can't count out in this division, and he's got his hands full with Captain.
Your second place car just lost
Perkle.
it. And a great job by...
Absolutely, by Shaw to not have contact there. A great save by Jacob Perkle. Unfortunately, loses 1 spot.
He didn't make a very evasive move, you know, and jerk the car. He just kind of drifted it down on the low side of the track to avoid a disaster there and become a victim of circumstance. So he won't become a victim as we stay green and clean. Down the front boulevard, Justin Whitehead is setting a torrid pace out front of that IRP Chassis Foam Pro Sames Ford. RaceOnTexas.com. Spencer and Son Timber, Thompson Motorsports 36J car.
Yeah, still Whitehead out front. Shaw's in second spot. Perkle back to third. Tucker still fourth. Keith White 1 spot out. Looking in right now in the 5th spot.
I'm unbiased. I try to be always on the mic. I tell you right now, if Justin Whitehead wins this A qualifier and everything holds up, he might sweep the entire weekend. Factory stock from nose to tail. I don't know. We have 3 complete factory stock main events. He's still got to get it done later. He's got to get it done in the factory A coming up next as the caution comes out. But it's starting off awfully great for him, I tell you. And those guys have kind of formed a good relationship or good friends. They ride 1 and 2 right now. Jacob Perkle in the 3rd spot. Gabe Tucker still 4th.
Green flags back out, Zach.
Cat and mouse restart there.
Absolutely, brother. I like it here at Waco. You get to go as soon as the light goes out. You can go whenever you want. And look at that. Keith White gets a great restart, picks up that 4th and final transfer position. Gabe Tucker back to 5th. Going to be hard charging with 14 laps left right here at the line.
Keith White up to the 5th spot. I'm sorry, Keith White up to 4th. Gabe Tucker's back to 5th. You just said that, didn't you?
I did.
Thank you. It's hard to hear.
Still Whitehead out front with 12 laps down, 13 laps to go. It's still Shaw in 2nd. Perkle hanging on to that 3rd spot. Keith White, your 4th and final transfer. Then it's Tucker in 5th. 6th spot belongs to 32 over Roger Pierce. Then it's the 121 being driven by Bobby Ruffin.
13 lap score, 12 will remain here at the Heart of Texas Speedway tonight. Into 3. Rolling off of turn number 4, Justin Whitehead out of Hooks, Texas. Home of the greatest American Sprint Car Series veteran Hall of Famer Gary Wright. And sadly, we just lost the patriarch of the Wright family. Want to shout out to Gary Wright out of Hooks. But Gary Wright, ASCS all-time winningest racer, lost his father Grady Wright a month ago. And I once talked to Whitehead. I said, yeah, we got trouble in 3 and 4. The caution's going to come out. But I once asked Justin after he won the Collegiate Classic for the 3rd time.
Now, and we're going to get it cleared up. We're going to stay green.
We stay green.
Was the 2X machine.
5 laps to go.
Nathan Arms taking it back to the pit area. Well, there's another car taking it back to the pit area at the very top of the racetrack.
20 have been scored. It'll be 21 complete this time by at the line. Whitehead is led from the drop of the hammer in this one. Every lap. Can he do it from green to checker? He's got to hold on for 4 more circuits around the Heart of Texas Speedway. 23 and a half laps to go now as he meets the midpoint of the back chute.
And problems for the B75. A Brandon Ball looks like a flat right rear tire going to end his night prematurely.
Heartbreak for 2 of the favorites heading into this weekend. 2 drivers that won prior to coming into this event. Derek Grigsby of the Marshall Missile didn't even get to make a lap tonight. Unfortunately for him, he'll have to battle out tomorrow. But see, the good thing is he can make that top 4 tomorrow. You basically get a rebuttal. As this time by off of turn number 4 for the driver of the Sames Ford, raceontexas.com. Spencer and Son Timber, best engine powered IRP chassis. He's a machinist at Best Engines, and he's an assassin behind the wheel. He'll win 2 races in a row. He wins the Factory Stock All-Star Race here on opening night of the Southern Nationals, and he wins your 8 qualifier. He'll be locked in and start on the pole a Saturday night, unless we do a redraw. Justin Aubrey Whitehead, your winner out of Hooks, Texas. 2nd will go to Justin Shaw. 3rd will go to Perkle. 4th will go to the Carbon Texan. Gabe Tucker in 95 will head down for a post-race interview.
And with that, folks, Zach's going to grab a microphone, head down to the infield. He'll get a little quick chat with Justin Whitehead in Victory Lane. Going to have to be real quick because Justin going to be starting on the pole.
Your 6-time Cajun Classic winner comes to Heart of Texas Speedway, I believe, for the first time. Give it up for Justin Whitehead in 36J. Wow. Justin Whitehead. You win the All-Star race. We didn't have much time to talk about it earlier, due to the fact that you had to hop directly out and hop in this machine where you start on the outside pole. What a night to this point it's been for you. For the Hooks Texan, what a night it's been for you, Justin Whitehead.
Yes, sir. I couldn't imagine already being in the show tonight. We still got one more race to go. Hopefully we can park it here too.
As I say, I've been telling the fans that don't count him out to sweep tonight. What would that mean to you that if you come out here and win all 3 races tonight? And I don't believe you've ever raced here at this racetrack.
Oh, we want to win them all, every heat race, hell, every hot lap session, so we're going to try best we can.
You ever raced here?
No, sir, I have not.
I didn't think you had. I mean, man, you found the top lane. I told the race fans on Sunday evening in Vivian, you found that top side quick. Tonight, it's been that outside lane. I'm not sure, man. What did you find in practice last night that obviously you found that you put to the test tonight?
Track's a little different. Starting position had a lot to do with it. Luck, I mean, that's most of what gets you here. And I can't thank everybody enough. Chris been busting his butt all day. My mom, dad, Sarah. I can't thank them enough.
Unless you don't get back here, thank all the sponsors that help you out in this machine.
Thompson Motorsports, Spencer & Son Timber, Foam Pros, Hadaway Towing, Mortarloin Septic, and DRS Racing Shocks. Oh, and Race on Texas.
Great.
Same Ford.
Great job tonight, Justin, man. Flawless performance at this point. See if you can get 3 in a row.
Take my stuff over. Thank you.
Justin Whitehead and Victor Lane will hop out of this one and hop directly into the factory stock and try to go 3 in a row for the night, race fans. Give it up for him one more time. Justin Whitehead out of Hooks, Texas in 36J. So Abby will start in the 10th spot. Hey, how many transfers? How many transfers? I'll find out here in just a second how many transfer. I'm sorry, they're complete shows every night. That's right. I got to remember. We've been qualifier racing so much, so I can't. Sorry about that. And we dropped the hammer. We're underway. Justin Whitehead, your race leader. I tell you what, it's barring a mechanical failure, which of course he led 42 of the first 50 laps of the 7,000 win King of the Hill event at Boot Hill Speedway last month. But as tough as that 36J car has been so far tonight, he's actually looking to run 50 straight competitive laps around this racetrack, and that's awfully impressive. You throw in the All-Star race as well, that's 75 laps. Oh, one turn on the front straightaway. Anthony Simsix getting pushed to the pit area. Isn't it crazy how the moon's all the way up there now? And hey, that's the name of the game. When that green light goes out, or when the lights go out, you can start the race and get on the lap pedal at any point you wish and desire. And Whitehead playing a little cat and mouse there on the restart. A smart racer once told me you never want to time your restarts the same each and every time, because the guys behind you are going to capitalize on it and smell blood in the water. Man, I'll tell you, a great, oh, and Walter Hamilton goes over the top of the hill. Walter Hamilton over the top of the hill, and the caution's going to come out on the speed plant for one dub.
I think. I'm not a Hyundai on that.
If I had my phone, I'd tell you for sure. The Whitehead, the light goes out, and he plays some more cat and mouse and getting together back here on the restarts. A pair of drivers, Shane Pretty and...
That is Jeffrey Abbey, if I'm not mistaken, in the 84 machine. In third spot right now, your leader is definitely Justin Whitehead. Second spot belongs to the 07 of Royce Jones. And we got a yellow on the speedway again.
Debris right in the middle of the front straightaway.
Yep. That would be it.
Down the front straightaway we go. The light should be going out this time by. And a good restart by Dennis Bissonette. They'll go 3 wide per second in contact. Oh my, they're about to bottle them up big. Yep, the 84 did not like it too much, and Bissonette just bounced around like a ping pong ball, and Justin Holt was a beneficiary and a victim of circumstance of contact. You could tell all when that started. I saw that from start to finish, and I could explain it to you very well. We lost a few.
One to go this time around. 2 laps in the books. Single file restart for the factory stock main event. $500 on the line in this one.
And you know Whitehead wants to get it because, hey, this is the only change he'll actually get tonight.
Absolutely. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. And Whitehead leads the field into turn number 1. Zach, you got Jeffrey Abbey in tow.
Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Is Bo Day in that 4 car?
That is Bo Day in the 4 car.
I thought I saw his black 4 in here earlier. But Justin Holt just swept way high, wide, and handsome. Opens up the door. They're going to go side by side for the fourth and final transfer spot down the. They're not transferring. Goodness.
Nope, this one's actually for the money.
Yeah, goodness, Zach Clark. Come on now. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Justin Holt got disposed of and lost 2 spots. Went from the in-house to the out-house. Now Jeffrey Abbey has his sights set. Well, he's got a fender in his face, but hey, if Jeffrey Abbey can run down 6 time,
props
a feather in his cap.
Props to him, absolutely.
But nonetheless, Whitehead's trying to get 2 wins or 3 victories on the night if you exclude the dash, and this young man's trying to get 2 seconds respectively in both classes, so that's very impressive as well.
Absolutely, both classes tonight being dominated really by Justin Whitehead. Jeffrey Abbey running second to him in the limited modifying feature just a moment ago. Running second to him right now in the factory stock feature as well. And this could set a familiar trend for the weekend, Zach, with a Whitehead Abbey 1-2 deal going on all weekend long.
Right now.
Oh, we just lost one. That one gave up the ghost. That is Brandon Hood driving the Wade White owned 68 machine. It's ringing, but nobody's picking it up.
Lights are out. We're going back underway in a single file restart. Justin Whitehead from Hooks trying to win 3 races here tonight. Won the All-Star race for the factory stocks. Trying to win the factory stock A main here for this Thursday night opening special. Here for the 3-day 10,000 win Southern Sport Mod Nationals. Presented by Hoosier Tires Southwest. Off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It's Whitehead leading Abbey. Abbey trying to get another second, but he wants a win as well. Shane Pretty, who's had a great run tonight, is up to 3rd. And I believe Baudet is in the 4th spot in car 4.
Absolutely. In the 5th spot right now being held down by the 31 of Justin Holt. We got a good move for 6th. It is the 88 machine of Brandon Taylor. Brandon Taylor started 20th in this main event, Zach.
I'll tell you, man, earlier he was bad fast in that factory stock dash. Had a great run going in that deal as we are halfway gone. 20 laps the distance, 10 in, 10 laps to go.
Oh, we've got Baudet around in the bottom of turn number 4. Going to bring us at another yellow.
As we're getting ready to go back green, he's running a late model, a modified, a limited, and a factory stock all in a 1 month's time earlier. About 2 months ago this season. Now for 4, the Hooks Texan Justin Whitehead back on the loud pedal. We are back on the way here from the Heart O Texas Speedway. I need a drink of water, brother. Off of 2 down the max straightaway. Can Jeffrey Abbey muster up some momentum and run down Whitehead? The odds seem stacked against the young man, but hey, you can't stack any cards against that kid.
I tell you what, brother, it was a good drive right to the middle of the corner. The car really seemed to make up some ground on the north end of the racetrack. Not so much down here in 1 and 2, but watch it in 3 and 4, Zach, right here. The car just grabs another gear right to the middle of the corner and really closes the gap, but the exit is just fantastic in the 36J, man.
I was going to say, now dissect Whitehead.
Man.
He's executing. He's just absolutely laying the keys on the counter and checking out. He is gone. He'll see you on another dirt track Friday night.
Absolutely, brother. I cannot say enough, though, about the 88 machine.
Brandon Taylor.
Brandon Taylor from 20th to 5th and is battling right now with Holt for 4th as we've got another.
Looks like Peyton Taylor.
Target in a Walmart parking lot.
Keep looking at your phone thinking it's mine. Shame on you for owning a Google Pixel
I know, right?
XL, okay?
Looks like the lights are out. We got 13 down, 7 to go, Zach. A single file restart once again.
A lucky number 7. Laps to go for Justin Whitehead to win 3 tonight here at the Heart of Texas Speedway in his first ever trip here to the Waco Oval. Into 1. Back on the restart, Nick Robbins. It's going to be the 36J leading the 84 of Abbey Pretty in the 77. Justin Holt from White Oak, Texas, rides 4th. But the driver you've been bragging and talking a lot about is rocking and rolling. Here he comes in 88. Brandon Taylor. It'll be 6 laps to go, 14 scored.
It's just a heck of a run for Brandon Taylor. I'm telling you, folks, started in the 20th position, has worked his way up to 5th. Yeah, we've had some attrition, but Brandon has passed a lot of cars in the first 14 laps so far. Justin Whitehead already gapping it out to about 3 or 4 car lengths down the front chute. Jeffrey Abbey still in 2nd spot. 3rd spot, still the 77X of Shane Pretty. And then it's Holt in the 31. And Brandon Taylor in the 88. rounding out your top 5. Field pretty much single file around the top of the racetrack right now. Going to be 3 laps to go this time by for Justin Whitehead.
3 more trips around the Waco Oval, or Elm Mott Oval, if you will. I say this place is in Elm Mott, Texas. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3, it'll be 2 sticks, 2 laps to go. Shown from Marcus Harcrow this time by for the Hooks Texan, Justin Whitehead.
2 to go sign from your flagman Marcus Harcrow, making about a lap and a half, Zach, as we negotiate the backstretch into turn number 3. The white rag going to be in the air this time around. There it is, 1 lap to go. Zach, bring us home.
Final time in turn number 1. What a drive tonight for the driver out of Hooks, Texas. I saw him win on Sunday evening at the Heart O Texas Speedway. This will be 4 straight wins coming in from Sunday night's win at the Barksdale Federal Credit Union Special, but he'll win all 3 tonight. The All-Star, the A qualifier, and the factory stock A main. Justin Aubrey Whitehead lives up to his expectations and absolutely annihilates his competition and shows that he is an absolute assassin behind the wheel of a dirt car. Doesn't matter out, man. This is very rare for a driver to do what this fella's done tonight. Very, very impressive for him to win all 3 events that he checked into. Won the All-Star race. As I talked about earlier, this is his 138th win since 2012. Climbing out of the car for the 3rd time tonight. Give it up for Justin Whitehead in 36J. I'm going to call you by your full name again. Justin Aubrey Whitehead. You know, back a few years ago at the Spooky 50, we saw... He's autographing the check. You know, back a few years, Justin, we saw Shane Hebert sweep the Spooky 50 in a mod, a late model, and a limited all on the same night. What you did here tonight on opening night of this Southern Sport Mod Nationals, I know you remain humble. Very, very impressive.
Oh, luck goes a long ways, like we talked about earlier. I'm going to go ahead and thank my sponsors, Thompson Motorsports, DRS Racing Shocks, Foam Pros, Spencer & Son Timber, Borderline Septics, Hadaway Towing, Pro One Transmission, Sames Ford, Henry's Motorsports, Best Engines, of course. I got to thank Chris, my crew chief, my dad, my mom, the rest of my family, Sarah, of course. I couldn't do it without any of them.
Of course, this is nice because this is the first race of the night for some money. The other one locked you in for the big money, though, on Saturday, man. Just kind of how good does that feel? Does that take a lot of weight off of your shoulders?
I couldn't explain my nerves before that limited feature started, but it was like a weight off my shoulders for sure.
Knowing what was all at stake this weekend with as talented a field of competitors that are here, Justin, I mean, you know, we talk about this stuff a lot, man, but like I said, what you did here tonight is very impressive. Did you ever, I mean, you have high expectations. Did you expect to win all 3 of these things tonight?
And we shoot to win every one we try, like I told you earlier, so we're just very fortunate.
Anything additional that you got on your mind right now? You going to party hard tonight, or you just going to go to bed early and hey, you ain't got a race tomorrow. Well, you get to race the factory stock.
I partied enough last night for the weekend.
I mean, congratulations to you folks. Give it up for him out of Hooks, Texas. Justin Whitehead, the 6-time Cajun Classic winner for the first time ever here at Heart O Texas Speedway. Wins all 3 races that he's represented in and gets the job done. Once again, thanks to all the folks that are tuned in live on raceontexas.com. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in and watching on raceontexas.com. Nick, if you have anything additional, I didn't know you. Thought you told me to close it. I would. Sure, it's hard to hear you from down here, but I want to thank all you guys. Hopefully, y'all tune back in tomorrow night and check us out.
Up to buy a barbecue sandwich and a big steak.
Find me something.